Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of BostonBlueBeat Online. It is me, Tuito, and I'm joined by the wonderful Red Mage Morgan. How are we doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm excited to see some BlazBlue action.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty dope. We got a couple people here for our brackets today. Keep in mind, folks, we have been talking about beach episode and all that jazz, but we still have, our weeklies going on. Leading up to our big event, and our first set coming up here is going to be Soliloquy versus JetStorm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I've been able to commentate a lot of Soliloquy's matches recently, and they are definitely a treat to watch, especially on such an underutilized character.
Yeah, New 13 is a trial. There's some obscure matchups in which you'd be surprised at her being decent. So recently there was a Twitter thread that Kasha, a California 9 player, had where he posted his tier list of 9 matchups, and he had New and Lambda at even. And I was like, "Fuck is this?" I was like, that doesn't make. I was like, I feel like 9 would absolutely dumpster these characters, and then he actually explained it pretty well. And then Nano, a very, very good Californian Izanami player, chimed in and also added his thoughts on it. I was like, oh, okay. So there are certain times in which you'll see New 13 do pretty decently in some matchups. Ragna, not one of those rare matchups, which is really, really strong in.
I can imagine so, yeah.
Yeah, but generally speaking, New 13's game plan of zoning and setting up gravity well still applies to Ragna, who is sticking with relatively standard tools. Is there anything about Soliloquy's play in particular that's maybe struck out to you?
I think that their movement especially is really strong. A lot of it obviously is that Murokoma backdash, right? That thing is privileged. It's very, very good, but I can't really describe it. I hope we could see it in gameplay. They are really, really good at staying at their effective range, which obviously is important for a long-range character with bad defensive tools. They make that character look so fast. It's fantastic to watch.
Yeah, for sure. There are so many times in which you'll see certain players try to commit to some of their movement options to avoid some of the swords, and then they just dash under you, and you just look at them and you're like, oh yeah, huh? And then they're zoning, and you're like, damn it.
Here we are again, yeah.
Right, and it's not easy necessarily for New 13 to do that. Her swords, her drives, have very high recovery. So if you're guessing incorrectly on your opponent's movement, you can get in massive trouble, and with the lack of defensive tools, as you mentioned, it can very well spiral into losing your burst or something like that. But let's see what happens here at this round start.
Okay, yeah, starting out with a jump back, we were trying to kind of make that space, but nice air throw.
Oh my god, you filled your Hellsfang quota immediately into an air throw. This is wild behavior.
Alright, this is definitely where you don't want to be here, isn't it?
Yeah, already having the overdrive spent as well. That's going to be 30% back at the very least, but that's probably going to be gone for the rest of the round if they don't have the chance to pop active throw. A little surprised by the burst from JetStorm. Really, really wants to stay in there, but that's a very big resource to spend.
Yeah, but it does seem to be working so far, even if they are a little behind on burst, especially with that. Oh, nice little air movement option.
Blood Scythe is something about Ragna players in Air Blood Scythe. It calls to them like a siren song. There was some particular time where I've seen Beta Dude hit that at the most random places, and I'm like, all right, man. There it is once again, not working out, however.
And honestly, it makes sense in this matchup to kind of maneuver around the swords. I really like it. Seems well placed so far, but still kind of answering back with this corner positioning.
Things looking decent. DP into burst into the corner. Another DP! Oh no! Unable to capitalize on very much damage. Honestly, JetStorm getting away with murder here. Trying to use some of the drives to zone out. I know. Looking decent here. Trying to swap sides. I like Saint changing positions right there. Get out of the corner and try to keep your opponent from cornering you even further. Gonna be not too high damage, but let's see what Soliloquy does with Oki here. Probably gonna set the sword up.
Oh, goes to catch the roll, but doesn't quite do so.
Oh, and I like going for the Carnage Scissors right there. tons of invulnerability, especially projectile invulnerability on that. Unable to go for like a, I guess a unique side swap combo. I haven't really seen that going.
Yeah, side swap into overhead was interesting, but Soliloquy's gonna take advantage of that.
My guess is that you like maybe hit the first part of Carnage Scissors and do like up forward JC or JB. Oh, I love that 5A. Good. Oh, I love that. Man, Ragnar 5A. Look, you wanna look at a silly hitbox? You look at that.
He's got the privileged pro tag button for sure.
Absolutely, super fast, low committal, really good, and then he still has 6A like in other options like that. Jesus.
That 6A went wide from Soliloquy.
I'm surprised it didn't connect at all. It looks like JetStorm ended up sneaking themselves just above me right there. Another Carnage Scissors coming up here just lets the whole animation rip.
And just before Soliloquy gets that burst back, so unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
If I'm Soliloquy, I'm going to be a lot more mindful of JetStorm's meter. Meterlessly, it feels like JetStorm's opting for a lot of Hell's Fang, but when they have meter, they're really just looking for the gap from 5D to 4D to punish with super. So if I'm Soliloquy, I'm probably going to start either jump canceling or I'm going to no cancel at that point. Just to like either avoid the super or like force out some meter spend.
Yeah, God. Nice air throw. Okay, keeps it a little short, sets up the gravity. I like it. Let's just make that space.
Yeah, drop combo's unfortunate, but really good presence of mind to still set up the well.
Especially with how antsy JetStorm seems to be together in, so let's set up some Oki and gravity here.
Look at I was not expecting a raw blood scythe. I can only assume that JetStorm thought that Soliloquy was either going to go for like a very delayed mix-up or something else right there. All right, plenty of meter. Now we got to watch out for that Carnage Scissors. Let's see what Soliloquy does here now. Setting up the Legacy Edge is going to true block string, but the up back from JetStorm's going to get out of there, and the immediate meter spend doesn't get the cross up for the JB. Oh
I
my
like
God.
buffering that backdash there, knowing that JetStorm is looking to get these little weird resets and is going to take the round because of it.
And the JC hits overhead right there. Dealing with JC can be really tricky sometimes because all of the hits, all of it are overheads. So you're wondering when like the low comes up or if they'll hit you with the mid. So sometimes you crouch a hair early and the rest of JC ends up clipping you. Big blood scythe right here on the OD activation. For Soliloquy here. This is going to be decent damage, but getting rid of the burst on a next potential hit for JetStorm is absolutely crucial here. Going to try to look for some mid-screen Oki. Not going to be super big here. Not going to go for the follow-up. Wants to keep Nuke close here. 50 meter to work with.
Yeah, and both these characters very low health. You can see they are both kind of getting exploded. Soliloquy here in particular is going to just die with all that meter in the bank.
And that's one of the big things about this matchup, right? The fact of the matter is, if Ragnar can at least touch you, he can play towards the war of attrition a bit better. That was a very risky DP, yeah. I see some of the vision there, but I think it's a bit misplaced, Soliloquy. Not really the type that's going to like jump up super aggressively. Maybe for like some air throw interactions at like round start, but we haven't seen them like jump for joy, so to speak, too frequently.
Okay, we got some gravity set up. Trying to maneuver out of this corner, and the side swap back into the corner, real sneaky.
And this should be more than enough damage to get the job done. Going for the EA here with active flow, increased damage will get it done. That's a perfect, in fact.
That was awesome. Doing the burst safe route too, seeing that Ragnar was at like 9 or so burst, so really great awareness.
Yeah, and I want to build on that too. That's a really good point you're making there, because ordinarily new 13 combos are very burst safe, but because of the side swap and the fact that Soliloquy was stuck in the corner, JetStorm was way closer than usual. So being able to have the presence of mind to pop the OD and finish the route is pretty smart there.
Definitely.
So yeah, that was a pretty cool stuff there. We're going into our last game here for round 1 tonight. These guys are slugging it out.
They really are. This is definitely some BlazBlue, some fast-paced BlazBlue action.
For sure, for sure.
God, that Soliloquy color. It is so bright and distracting.
Oh God, 3C round start on the Hell's Fang. You gotta watch the toes when you're dealing with new 13.
Yeah,
her 3C.
Yeah, and once you get to all this carry into Oki, you're in. Just, okay, DP out. That's a good way to deal with it.
I'm not gonna lie, JetStorm's definitely been a big fan of the 6-2-3. June 23rd has already passed, but it seems DP Day is here to stay.
It's in his heart. Ooh, nice OD overhead. Going to hurt. Is this gonna kill? I think this is dead.
Oh, it definitely kills here. That's so many resources on the board. Ain't gotta post it on Twitter, ain't gotta ask no more questions. That is indeed a dead blood edge here.
Nice anti-air on the blood side. Getting a little too predictable with these, and this is the set point here for Soliloquy. Oh, the 6A whiffing again.
Yeah, and that's a similar situation to when we saw 6A with last time, with just some awkward positioning for Soliloquy, where like JetStorm is just jumping over them at just a particular angle where 6A is more likely to miss here. Sets up the sword, things are looking decent, whiffs the JD, but still able to go for the falling JC and cover after the Hell's Fang here. Things are looking pretty decent here for Soliloquy. Oh, really good extension.
Okay. Her carry is so strong.
Yeah, I've actually never seen somebody
off the. Every time I watch Soliloquy play this character, I learn something new. It is fantastic.
Yeah, and I feel like it's all in kind of like the application of things. Like, oh my god, yeah, you cannot guard cancel on Legacy Edge. That's not going to get anything done. This is nearly death. I'm not sure if Soliloquy can pop OD here. Oh, never mind. Off of this confirm, keeps it simple and finishes up the job. That is a really clean final gamer for Soliloquy as they move forward in this bracket tonight.
Definitely. It seems like Soliloquy definitely... There's a lot of back and forth of adaptation in those games, and Soliloquy definitely was the faster one there, I would say.
Oh, for sure. I think that they were far more willing to, especially in that last game, like the 6A I think was really telling, right? Mm-hmm. Where they were just like, I'm just going to chill. Let's see what happens next. Especially with the preemptive 3C as well on the other round start. That to me tells me that they are very willing to check a lot of Ragna's like crazier approaches right there and play a bit more reactionary, which I think is a very smart thing to do in that specific situation here.
Definitely, especially against someone who's doing some air blood sights all the time.
Yeah, if someone's doing crazy air blood sights after air interactions, I'm just gonna say you got it.
That's all you, man.
That's like, yep, I see you do it. Oh my god, this reminds me of we were talking about Tekken earlier. This reminds me because when I've been playing a little bit of Tekken. This reminds me how sometimes the Tekken local players will just be like, "Look, you're playing Fang, just hit back one." And like, honestly, I'll hit back one a few times, and then someone will just look at me, and I'll just like mash it, and they'll just step, and they'll just stare at me, and then I get launched for like 40%. And I'm like, right. I apologize for my action.
My bad.
It will happen again.
Listen, that move becomes safe, and what a scary character.
Yeah, that guy is very funny. Oh god, speaking of funny characters, we have Playguy and Ryder coming up next here.
Okay.
So Playguy, unless something has changed, still on the Ragna, and Ryder I know has been playing a bit of Naoto. I've been talking, so I will let out a secret. We've been talking a little bit on that because he finds Naoto to be very cool, and I know that he's working on that character. I don't know if he'll be playing him in this bracket. Or if he'll be playing his usual Azrael.
Okay.
But it'll be interesting, shall we say.
Definitely, yeah. I think that Naoto is definitely, one of my picks for one of the stronger characters in the game, especially in a 2-3 situation. He has a ton of tools and can blow you up very well.
And Naoto is one of those characters that's very interesting because it's, how do I put it this way? Basically, Naoto's one of those characters where he's not really mixing you to death unless you're Tager and he's just fuzzing you. But he's one of those characters that's like, every time you want to challenge him, he's like only -1 or -3, and you're like, oh, okay. I don't know if you ever seen like the Brian F memes when he was playing Street Fighter V on Boxer, where the punch was like -4. That's Naoto in a nutshell. It was just -4, -4, -4.
Yeah. his stagger pressure is just so compact, and pile that on top of the Rekka and this really good overhead, and you're just really scared to mash out at any moment.
It's crazy stuff. And then on the other side of that, we have the potential Azriel, who, at least in terms of net play, definitely you expect like a lot more potent mix-ups, especially in terms of 5D, most infamously, I would say. But he still has pretty solid options to use in order to mix around a couple of things, especially with Azriel's own Rekka, as well as his ability to, frankly, just hit 5A or 5B and then force pretty unfavorable defensive RPS. We'll get into that if we see like an OD activation on something weird. It's too nerdy for what is, I'm going to assume, is going to be a very silly round start.
Well, we'll see. Getting into it. Play Guy versus Ryder. We're letting the intros rock. I respect it always.
Oh, I also have to shout out New England. Go New England! Oh my god. Okay. Round start 5C. That's pretty standard and fair. I'm not gonna lie. That's nothing even crazy.
A little reserved.
Yeah. 5C is one of those unfortunate fatals where, like, unless you really think it's happening, you really can't confirm it.
Right. Oh. Speaking of counter hits, 5B, the God button, counter hitting, and we're going right to the corner. Nice little Ragnar combo.
Yeah, this is going to be plenty of life back as well. Probably going to be like, it's around like 100, 200. That's pretty decent. Things looking solid. Doesn't opt to, I'm actually surprised there. I think that was an instant block on the Hell's Fang, but no like DP or other reversal match right there. You really want to check Ragnus for doing that and force them to spend meter after Hell's Fang. We'll see if that ends up coming up a bit more, depending on some of the defensive options right here. Really good movement there from Ryder, but a good mash out from a Play Guy right there, immediately on it with the DP.
DPRC, always so scary. What a way to swing in the game. Well, he was winning anyways, but... Ooh, and the Brown Star jump.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Ryder was looking for there with the... I can only assume that Ryder was maybe looking to catch like an up forward on the TC, but of Azriel's 5 anti-airs, it is not very good. But either way, right now, looking real familiar from last round, Play Guy immediately has Ryder in the corner here. Ryder feels forced to pop the burst rate here at almost, actually below 35%. Player gets enough meter, that could very well be like an Astral coming up, depending on the
yeah. This is basically full resources, and I think that's just going to be it. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't even need to spend any meter at all here.
That was very, very clean from Play Guy. Very close to almost 2 perfects, if I remember correctly, the health totals.
Yeah. Honestly, I think right now it's on Ryder to kind of figure out how he wants to play the corner. I think if he plays a little bit more patiently, and maybe even just decides to pop a bit more counter, pop like a few counter assaults, you know, the guard cancel, I think that is fine. Spending that meter always feels like it kind of hurts when your opponent like starts mounting pressure, and you know there's not crazy mix, but like sometimes you just got to do it just to at least like hold on to some momentum, because again we are in the corner. DP comes out unsuccessful here.
DP is baited, yeah.
Yeah, burst comes out as well. There's the 5D, but the JA right there, great movement here from Play Guy. In kind of like an unfortunate twist right now. Every time Play Guy's in the corner, he quickly finds a way out of there. But once Ryder's in the corner, I feel myself personally tense up. I'm like, I don't know how he gets out of this one.
Pretty compact here. Oh, after the RC catches him, that's going to be enough to close it out with the Blood Sight. Nice stuff from Play Guy.
I can only assume that Ryder is maybe mashing a DP or something right there. Ordinarily, the first hit of Hell's Fang is meant to catch fuzzy jumps, like due to the timing of it. But I'm surprised that the RC into the low connected that way. And, you know, the yellow exclamation point says, you know, they're blocking a different way. Ooh, that was maybe a misinput somewhere around there. And that was surely meant to be a DP from Play Guy. He did not 6C out of block stun.
Ryder did manage to get a solid hit here, and here we go again. Setting up the upper mark.
Things are looking solid here. Goes for the cross-up.
I'm surprised that crossed up. He looked a little too far away. I think it surprised Play Guy too. Nice GP though.
GP in kind. Backdashes on the
almost makes it
overhead.
Yeah, that
this
almost
is tense. but I like the patience from Ryder. Doesn't need to overextend, relying on that 5C to poke in. Beautiful play right there. I like the patience on the offense.
Yeah, definitely. Those backdashes are starting to look a little scary. Lots of play guy whiffs.
Yeah, I think if I'm play guy, that's probably when the Hell's Fangs might start ripping out a bit more, or maybe the deep dash up 5Bs. And mind you, Ragnar can still use his 5A. Very low committal option to check a lot of Azrael's movement and pokes here. We haven't gotten the chance to see too much of it yet. Ryder's been really sticking to the 5C range in particular in order to poke in neutral here. But with that 50 meter, those 5C pokes can be a bit more damaging with a transition into 3C, but we might not even get the chance to see that. We're in the corner. Over 50 meter for Ryder to work with, but Play Guy has OD and Active Flow. Sure to be a lot of damage on the next hit. Checking for the delay tech right there on the 2-2C. I'll get into that a little bit. It's a specific Oki thing that Ragnar can opt for here. Gustav connects, barrier, and you can see that Play Guy...
Safe. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
He's just opting the fuzzy jump and barrier. I understand.
There's the burst finally.
Counter assault, nice.
There it is, yeah, just like you were saying.
Let's see what comes up next. There's the deep dash up in response to the back dash here. RC on the Hell's Fang, that's great to deprive Ragnar of a bit of a meter, but Ryder has to find a way to use his natural movement to get out of the scenario. Maybe a barrier into jump, but it gets caught, in fact, right on cue. I gave the wrong advice. I apologize for my actions.
But
that was meant to be. That was a Carnage Scissors input that got dropped, but the DP doesn't work out. No RC from Ryder, no.
I wonder if he was expecting the second hit to hit, but only the first hit hits, and that's going to be it for Play Guy.
That might have been the case. That was so much spaghetti in the span of like 1 minute. I don't think I can even like unpack that in time.
And it's so unfortunate too, because I feel like Ryder definitely had started to get a grasp on things in the second game, especially. But Play Guy counter adapted before that could even make a difference.
Yeah, and I want to point out one specific thing about Play Guy's defense, and one thing that when you for those that are maybe newer to BlazBlue, if there's one thing that's absolutely broken in this game, barrier fuzzy jump. Barrier fuzzy jump is the stupidest, strongest, safest thing you can do. If your opponent cannot handle barrier into fuzzy jump, you can just do that all day. That is like, it is the marker, in my opinion, towards like your offense meaningfully improving. And the reason why I say this in particular is that I remember grinding the game a lot during like lockdown, and my offense suffered greatly because I couldn't deal with that. And I play against Barlow, and he would just barrier fuzzy jump for so much that I was like, I have to change the way I think about this game.
Alrighty, getting into the next match though, we've got Don versus Master CJ. I'm not too familiar with Master CJ since we've got some Bang and Relius action.
Yeah, and Don, no stranger to this matchup in particular. We got the chance to, if I remember correctly, he was commentating that topic. Jesus, I'm forgetting. It was Don versus Kobe, I think.
Oh, gotcha.
At Combo Breaker only 2 months ago. And, you know, Don plays against Kobe semi-frequently, so this is nothing that is super unfamiliar. But no matter what, Bang is a extremely frenetic character. There is a lot constantly happening when you are dealing with him. 2 nails left, however, and that can be very disastrous for Bang. That's a very, very potent, that's a lot of tools that are gone if this match ends up dragging out any longer. And it seems that Don is very much so willing to make it so.
Looks like this might lead into some Oki here in the corner.
Yeah, opts for the regen right there. Smart
not
stuff
quite.
here.
And slip
Out of the
right
corner.
out.
Yeah, I wonder. I'm not too sure what Don was aiming to do after the J2 and 4B, because that, like as you mentioned, you know, it's solid Oki there. But I guess he wasn't ready to police CJ opting to run.
Yeah, it seems like he was a little far away, not quite in the corner to really enforce that. But there's the burst from Master CJ.
Yeah, there's
some air spaghetti. Oh, nice air throw.
Oh, looking for a mix-up after the air throw here. Not opting for the seals on that previous combo. Things are looking decent now, however.
4 seals.
Counter assault into the 2C. Oh, God. Lots of Ignis calls here. Oh, that was a weird scenario. That was a lot of weird things happening at once. The spin came out, and normally when Relius spins while Ignis is out, you know, she'll just swipe her with her 6D. So it lets Relius cover for that, but that didn't happen at all. So there was just a very awkward pause in like the action there, as both players kind of like reoriented.
Yeah, okay, nice anti-air in that little scramble. That's something I gotta say about Don. Very good at reversing situations. Really good defense from what I've seen of him.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is owed to the fact that like he is very willing to play the defense out like very aggressively. Oh god, yeah, that was a smooth burst bait. I'm not gonna lie. This combo isn't gonna kill because Ignis is down. I actually have no idea what Don will do for Oki. Yeah, he has to do something janky there. It's one of the big problems about whenever Ignis is disabled, like Relius's air launcher combos. He literally just loses his ender outright. So he just has to do something janky because he can't J214B. And that's
I see.
That's his primary air combo ender. So when Ignis is disabled, he just kind of has to go like, whoopsie, whoa, he reset, haha.
It's tough for these characters that rely so much on their resources, right? That's what makes the management so difficult for them. You get these like kind of neutered combos.
Yeah, it can result in a lot of awkward interactions. We're moving into game 2 here. Don having taken a pretty solid game 1, I would want to say. Master CJ had a pretty good round 1, but it seems like Don is like either slowing the pace or at least playing it a bit better towards like his strengths.
Yeah, I don't really think Master CJ's hits are adding up to much. He's getting them, but
yeah, the conversions or like the resulting offense is not quite there. And when you're dealing with Relius, Relius as a character is built to be so safe whenever he gets a knockdown into like running other things. So it can... I'm just gonna cut that short. That was mad funny. Oh, he didn't actually need to do that. He could have killed, I think, actually.
He's feeling a little silly. Oh, okay, he's feeling extra silly.
Oh, he probably thought he could regen and still.
Oh, here's Mass's chance to shine. Tons of meter and the corner. Purple throw broken though.
Trying to be cheeky right there. No push-ups needed. It is not chess day.
Oh, when someone hands you the game and drops it like that, you gotta keep it solid. Come on, man.
Mind you, that's not necessarily even handed the game. That's tough. It's very low health.
That's true. That's true.
Reli's OD. But when you're given a chance, we'll call it when you're handed a chance. Yeah, like it's just it's tough when that ends up feeling squandered. Big trade coming out here on the 2D. Things are looking decent. Trying to mix afterwards, but not getting too much done. Whoa, I got mixed. I won't lie. Bumper comes out, unable to follow up there. The JC just barely whiffing on Relius there. Rather surprising too.
And like, look at the life lead, but it doesn't really feel like Don is sweating. But as I say that,
potentially a solid hit coming in here. That's still very few nails on deck here. Don trying to get out of the situation here. Manages to mash and find a good hit. 50 meter almost there for Bang. That does mean reversal supers. It does mean counter assaults. Not going to see it happen quite yet. Don trying to be careful as a result there. Picks up after the scramble with a couple of JAs.
Another one though.
Drop.
Is the counter assault back?
Ignis is disabled, but
down. Nice. Yeah, you know what? I sounded a little tough on Don before there, but it's really hard to stay composed after scrambles in this game. Scrambles this game are wild, and kudos to people who can stay really calm during that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, no, that's just because I don't know the game, actually. I was about to tell a lie. I was going to try to make a comparison to Guilty Gear. I don't play enough Guilty Gear to say anything, actually. And as
me too. Me neither.
Yeah, I can't even pretend. Damn. Anywho, as we're mentioning in the chat here today, folks, we do indeed have a Matcherino. Hit the exclamation point Matcherino. I'm about to add to the pot right now. Watch this. I'm gonna click one. I've clicked one button. I've clicked 2 buttons. 3 buttons now. 4 to log in. And now I clicked the 5th and final button, and I've added 25 cents to the pot.
And how much did you spend on that?
I spent no money. Good question.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
It's crazy, dude. It's absolutely bonkers, I would say. There's 33 codes left. We've got plenty of people in order to bring that down, folks. Let's add a little bit more to the pot for the players. Always helps them, and it helps us TOs as well. In terms of other stuff coming up here, just so that you guys are aware as we transition into our next games, we, of course, have Beach Episode, our yearly regional event coming up next month. Our third iteration is a 2-day event, and this will be next month, August 10th through 11th this year. And it's going to be our first year at a new hotel venue, the Westin venue in Waltham. Folks, it's going to be absolutely amazing. We've got a ton of games, ton of side games. Trust me, if there is a game you play, someone will probably attempt to bring it here. Hell, we got Sailor Moon S. If you ever saw the Chibi Uranus video last year of the Uranus timing out by backdashing for like 40 seconds, that was us. So, hey, just, keep that in mind. If you guys want to check it out, you can always hit start.gg/beach for more info on Reg and Hotel. If I remember correctly, we passed through standard Reg yesterday.
Yes.
And keep it in mind, we have over 300 entrants. We did indeed hit over 300 entrants as of, I believe, yesterday. So, hey. This is it's an all-time record for us. If you guys like BlazBlue, if you guys like other games, trust me, you'll definitely want to come up for this. And we got some big names coming out as part of our Burst Limit series earlier this year. But that being said, I do indeed hear the character select screen. We see Play Guy and Soliloquy. This will be a matchup that we've seen earlier, Ragna versus New 13.
I'm looking forward to seeing the differences compared to JetStorm, right, in these Ragna playstyles.
Play Guy's gonna hit less Blood Scythe and
I'd
less
imagine.
Hell's Fang, and he's gonna hit way more JC. He'll DP about 40% less.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had a statistician around to make that sound legit, but that's just a guess. I'm just saying words, I won't lie to y'all.
Stats in the fighting game community would be so sick, honestly. Maybe I'm a nerd, though. Maybe I'm a nerd.
You're not a nerd. People are updating Wikipedia. People are working on stuff like that. I love the JAs right there.
Yeah, right up the gate.
It's one of the really important tools of Ragna that, like, you get surprised by when you're learning the character. His JA is, like, massive. It's really, really good for air-to-airs. So you'll see it come up in a few scenarios. One other thing I want to point out, sorry, just for a moment here, is that you'll see a lot more, you'll see through Play Guy's play, like, how, like, natural movement, like, is really, really important in this game. Like, outside of using your, like literal specials to maneuver around the screen as Ragna.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And I'd say in this matchup in particular, like we talked about before, New is a character with lots of whiff recovery on a lot of her moves, and when you get past that, you can pressure her and win, just like Play Guy did.
Yeah, and that was an interesting 6D right there. I think that kind of sets the tone for later offense. A very important quality of 6D is that it's foot invuln. What is foot property, you may ask? Basically every crouching normal. So if you're trying to 2A something, 6D will just invuln through it outright.
And you could see Soliloquy using that 2A just there in that situation as you were saying it.
Oh my god. Yeah, and it's really, really important to learn how to deal with Ragna 6D. That's how I lost to Beta Dude at top. He kind of fried me off of that. But it's a very, very good tool for Ragna to use. Also will crush throws naturally, so a ton of stuff around it. I like the 5A mash on the OD activation there. There's not much like rewarding things that New 13 could do there, and if you get to stuff her, you might just win the match outright. So I really do like that.
For sure. Like, in that situation, you have all that life. If she throws out a reversal, like, sure, I've got a ton of life to work with. Life is a resource. If she doesn't, I get to continue my pressure and or win, which she did.
Yeah, and when you're Ragna, like, just being able to pressure your opponent with your drive normals will give you some of that life steal back.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get in, like, you're just going to have natural sustain while also chipping on your drive normals. So it's like a whole thing. Oh, 2A waste against the act. Yeah, the Act Parser dash, man, that thing's hurt boxes are a mystery. It's really weird. I have labbed against it because Orgard hit me with one too many, and it's a weird timing thing there. So it can be a little tough. It's a really nice slippery tool for New 13 to get away or like swap sides. We were talking about New 13's movement, but oh no, Danger State. This is bad. This is real bad. And I understand the overdrive, mistimed, we'll get into that momentarily. Right now, Soliloquy could very well just lose like 60% off of like a sudden
definitely. But, keeping the space, the barrier's almost full already. It looks like Play Guy might not be able to capitalize on that opportunity. Oh, nice mash on it, finally.
Good reaction to the Act Parser here. Things are looking pretty solid for Play Guy. Plenty of meter, plenty of OD. This could very well be just one combo into death. That's going to be a pretty solid starter to work with here. Let's see. No OD activation. You want to try to get this done off of the next knockdown. It's guess for game time. 50-meter to play with.
Nice
Blocks
block.
the 6B, but
Can't
not
block
the
that.
follow-up gauntlet overhead. Gauntlet Hades.
Dispensing highs on her.
Your Honor, we have more overheads available at the function. So one thing I wanted to point out on the OD activation there from Soliloquy. So when you're in danger state, you instantly lose your barrier. But if you have any amount of barrier that's like starting to recover and you pop overdrive, you will leave danger state instantly.
Oh,
So,
I see.
my assumption is that Soliloquy popped OD a little too early in order to take themselves out of danger state. So because they were still out of barrier, they were just in overdrive while in danger state.
Right.
That's
I
a
see.
combination of effects you don't see very often. So it was just kind of a unique scenario there. Play guy opting to just use some standard movement right there, pushing Soliloquy to the corner quickly, opting to spend the burst here. Reversal super ends up working out. And mind you, that reversal super sucks outside of OD. You legitimately have to be spaced slightly away from New 13 for it to connect. Like that is a spacing thing. So really good on Soliloquy opting for it there. But play guy mounting his offense continuously.
That 5e caught New's backdash there. The Murakama backdash not privileged enough. Here comes the play guy. Pressure in the corner. RC to keep it safe. It hits him with a low after the 6D. Like you said, that 6D is going to be really, really important in this offense. Not quite enough to kill. Oh, there it is. Was that a JC? I couldn't even see.
That was a JC, and then I think he like shoved himself somehow like in between the corner of him and New 13.
Yeah,
so
I couldn't
it
even
looked
see
really-
the sword off the screen. That was crazy.
Yeah, it looked really janky. I'm not gonna lie to you. But good stuff there from Play Guy as we are moving forward in this bracket. So if I remember correctly, we should have our top 8 mostly aligned here. Let me bring it up as we get our next players coming in here. This is going to be...
Looks like we have Don and itzmattqsg on the other side of winners
awesome.
semis.
Great. I haven't seen that in a while. The last time I saw him play was when we were playing. So it's been a grip. But let's see. Yeah, on the now to per usual. I am not too. My assumption is that Don has beaten Matt mostly in their sets, but I haven't seen much as of late, so that could very well no longer be the case.
I'm looking forward to seeing how this matchup in particular plays out because I'm trying to run it through in my head and I'm drawing a few blanks. But...
Oh, it's all good. I got you covered. So this is one of those matchups where like a lot of it, Relius matchups in general are defined by how do you play around Relius's like resources and how do you play around neutral. And are you a masher? If you are a masher, you will die. If you do not know how to play around resources, Relius will just loop you on pressure and not even necessarily open you up, but he'll just continue pressure forever. We're seeing already some pretty aggressive mix-ups coming in here. So that like dash up into like the doll call there, it's relatively risky. You'll usually see it come up if your opponent is like somewhat passive. It seems that Matt isn't really feeling comfortable to mash. Again, this is a very safe character, so it's not always ideal here as we're moving into a very quick perfect in round 1. Trying to speedrun this game, are you? But yeah. So I'm most interested to see how Matt will like maneuver around Ignis and use some of the drives to like poke around at it mid-range. But right now, again, once Dawn is getting started, Matt is not comfortable here. This is already almost 40% off the table.
And spending all these resources, almost has the burst back that he spent at the start of last round. This momentum is crazy.
Dawn is the type of Relius player that tries to play very much like a bully, trying to keep something burst safe here. Yeah,
there it is.
There. I think Matt had to burst on like some other button there. I'm not even sure which one. I think it was the button before 2C. The tough part about dealing with Relius and trying to burst against him in that scenario is that he can just 2C, jump cancel, block, and call Doll 4D, so he can just extend the combo a bit and just wait to see if he'll burst. So you saw that's kind of like why he like kind of awkwardly like it was just kind of pacing to confirm.
I see.
Oh god.
Oh, the round start not working out great for Matt. Yeah.
Oh god. I'm not gonna lie. If Matt hits immediately after this, it's over. Oh, it's over. It's over. It's so over. It's so over. Oh god.
Getting hit round start. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's. I think that's the 2A starter. I don't know if that's gonna kill, but I do agree. Yeah.
It's not gonna kill. So Don does that. So if you notice, like he'll do that and then desummon Ignis. That's just one of those regen routes to keep Ignis.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So to kind of carry on with the analogy, Don plays Relius in like a relatively like a bully style, I'd say, where he is very willing to spend a lot of resources very early in order to like generate offense, and then he'll spend his meter later to recover like his resources, like his other.
That
resources.
makes sense.
Yeah, he like puts himself into debt like immediately, and then will like get something back later. Sometimes you can use this to exploit it, but Matt in particular maybe not quite ready for that. The 2D there, I'm not too sure what was going on here, but we're moving into potentially the last interaction. This is 50-meter Relius,
Nice
overdrive
shot.
available. This is dicey.
He can't quite convert off the air scramble, but Don's gonna do it for him. There's the burst. Oh.
Kite right there is not going to work out quite there. Things are looking a bit awkward here. Trying to fall down with a JB. DP connects.
It's the first
Welcome
DP that
out.
connected, actually. Oh, okay. Here. I didn't mean it like that.
No. You didn't say me. You didn't say me. You didn't say me. You didn't say me. I was just thinking to myself. I was like, wait, how many DPs connected?
Yeah, one of them was punished, I think. There's only 2 DPs in this. Ooh, that side swap was unfortunate off the drop.
Oh,
Gets
God.
punished for trying to roll out. There's the Astral. Keep it nice and clean, nice and stylish.
And that is going to be it. Don has quickly punched his ticket into winners finals here tonight at our weekly here.
Yeah, and I think that your description of a bully was definitely apt. I don't think Matt had a moment to breathe there.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where that kind of play style, it has its place in a lot different scenarios, right? Like, if your opponent, if you want to just set the tone and set the pace, and that is your style, it's very good. But against more passive opponents, it can be a little more difficult as they're more willing to block, they're more willing to let you use up your resources, and you can end up in an awkward position.
Right.
But yeah, again, a lot of that set comes down to Matt just like not finding the right times to engage versus disengaging, and when you're dealing with Relius, it is difficult to learn that skill.
Definitely.
So to highlight one specific instance, for example, there was a time where Matt jabbed Ignis, and then she went away, but Matt was unable to convert that into meaningful offense.
Right, yeah, and it wasn't really enough to deplete Don's resources. Like you mentioned, he was doing things like spending overdrive early to keep the bar full, and yeah.
Yeah, and you don't even necessarily need to like open Relius up when Ignis is down. It's more just like, how do I reposition accordingly to get into an effective range? And that can be a little difficult. You know, Relius has his 5B, which if you have the improvement mod, you can open that up. Literally, very very similar to Ragna 5B, down to the frame data. I'm so serious. Like, you open that up, it extends out very similarly. The hitbox is very stupid. Good buttons around it. So like sometimes even when Ignis is down, like Relius can just poke you out, but we didn't even get the chance to see that quite yet.
Right.
So, it's tough. But,
Yeah.
completely different matchup on the screen now.
We got some more bang action with Master CJ and now Fyre, which I don't think we've seen yet this tournament.
Oh,
Okay,
Fyre's
okay.
here, right? Fyre, yeah. So Fyre is a Texas, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
Texas Kagura and Noel player.
Noel, interesting.
Yeah. Placed, was it this year or last year? Placed in, I know last year placed top 8 at Texas Showdown for BlazBlue. Yeah, Fyre has been around CF for quite a while. Couple of unfortunate drops here. Flash kick's gonna work out pretty decently. Trying to go for that
Keep it going.
surfboard into 5B. That is a very, very fun thing to do against people. It's really effective. Basically, after surfboard, most people are very inclined to like try to fuzzy jump. And RC into 5B is a very, very quick way of checking. So you'll see it come up like players like Serpent, for example. Serpent loves doing surfboard into like 5D. But as we're kind of moving on here, oh god, TC getting interrupted. Things are looking pretty good for CJ, huh?
Yeah, we got a little bit of bang pressure in the corner here, but the nice jump out can't quite convert into a combo though. And there's the low off the surfboard.
See what comes up. Oh, and this is very interesting actually. So Fyre's trying to use Orb to like gain a bit of neutral presence, but CJ has been able to like snipe them out really consistently, honestly, with some of the nails there. So I'm curious to see if Fyre might opt to like change up some movement there. Oh, they didn't get enough meter because it was blocked. They gained less meter, so they couldn't RC the flash kick.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, they literally had 49. They literally had 49. Yeah, that's really rough. Oh my god. JC connects.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, nice no! CJ, no!
That is dead. All that meter too. I noticed that in both games, CJ died with basically full meter. Not really quite having a chance to utilize all those resources. Really unfortunate.
Yeah, like for Bang, he can spend meter pretty consistently for like really damaging routes. And maybe sometimes for counter assault, but Bang's counter assault is okay. So the meter spend can sometimes be a bit awkward, but like, you know, he can spend on like maybe like Crush Trigger, for example. Good extension, good like good additional tool to open people up.
First getting called out real early, and there's the overhead. Looking pretty good for CJ here, momentum-wise.
Things are solid, but they gotta be able to close. We've seen them, you know, take some momentum, but again, can you close? It's always the question on the mind.
Active flow will definitely help with that, especially with the drive.
Yeah, good 2D right there from CJ as they take their first round of the set. Fyre didn't react on time to the JC propping a guard point, so they continued with the 6-speed. If they realized just in time, they would have been able to block there, actually.
Ooh, oh my! Nice cross up overhead.
J4 being the 5, that's pretty cool. JC.
And I know CJ's getting snagged out of the air by these giant Kagura buttons a ton. He's going to the corner for that. That is going to hurt.
Ooh. JC whiffing there. JC is you'd think it's bigger than it is. Is all I can say. It's whoa, yeah. It's weird. It's weird. Okay, I feel like half the things I'm telling you are just like, girl, you got to check the hitbox viewer. That's I apologize. It could be.
No, it's all good.
It's one of those things where like you open it up and you look at it for a second, you're like, what? What is this?
I'll do that right now, honestly.
Yeah.
No, back to the match.
No, yeah. Oh, 3C block.
Oh, there's the overhead finally opening up. This is going to hurt.
That's like 3.6. Oh, opts for
that orb kind of went off screen a little bit. I don't think he blocked it.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe the timing on the orb activation was off. I can't tell if that was the orb or not. Oh, that was really awkward.
Gosh.
Punishable after the instant block on the EA, but just maybe fumbled there on the offense.
You did a 2A, I think, and it whiffed completely.
Oh!
Okay.
Look at the blocks! Woo!
He swarms up, but nice air-to-air stops him from really getting out.
3 nails left. This is 2 nails left. This is really dire for CJ.
And no steals.
Only 1 nail left. That means the rest of their routing is absolutely neutered. They tried to set a bumper. You have no resources. You have no money. Oh, you're dead. You're so dead. You're so dead. No.
No nails, no life, and no more. This is the second game, right?
It's the second game, and it's losers. There's no more tournament run for CJ, unfortunately.
I feel like right when you're starting to cook against Kagura, he can really just kind of blow you up explosively off of just a few hits.
Kagura is a very momentum-heavy character, so there are certain times in which, like, you think things are fine, and then suddenly he just gets a small lead, and it just, like, goes sideways.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's, I've mentioned this a few times, I think, coincidentally. And it happened during Matt and Don's match as well, but momentum is huge in 2 out of 3s. You can lose off of just what feels like a few interactions, and then boom, your tournament run's just done.
Yeah, it's just rough out here. I won't lie.
That is the game. That is the tournament life. You got to make it real far to earn that 3 out of 5 privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, looks like next up we have Soliloquy, or not Soliloquy. Oh my god, wrong Murakami again.
It's Ryder versus Hitoshyura.
Thank you.
Hitoshyura, if I remember correctly, is a West Coast player. I don't know if they moved. I'm like 99% sure they're West Coast. West Coast Lambda player. They've been playing this game for at least like 3 years. They've been pulling up the bracket for quite a while here. Versus Riders. This will be maybe if we were like 3 years older. I feel like East Coast versus West Coast, but I feel like no rivalry here. But yeah, this is gonna be Lambda versus Azriel. This is one of those matchups where like Azriel kind of dumpsters on Murakumo's.
Oh yeah.
Partially through the raw presence of what's it called? Of Growler, just being such an insanely good like tool, and also through some like other properties. We'll go over them as they come up, but right now, Ryder is punching Hito, so that's.
Oh my god, the air button's catching on the way down on the other side. That's so unfortunate.
Some call Azriel JB the rings of Saturn. They are not. I think. You don't even need to boot up no hitbox viewer. Just get put in the corner against get put into the corner against Azriel, watch him IED JB at you and try to press him. You will be struck, I swear.
There's the grab. Oh, okay. The second drive actually kind of punished him for trying to throw the fireball immediately after.
Yeah, because keep in mind, one very important property about Growler, once it procs on something, Azriel's full invuln for the rest of the animation. But because Ryder specifically canceled the Growler, he lost the invulnerability, so the follow-up ended up hitting him. Unlike New 13,
yeah, there it is.
I got fried by that. War flashbacks. But yeah, it's a very important property to know. And also, like, so if you look at like New 13 and Lambda, you know they have the sword and then there's a follow-up. Lambda's follow-ups are automatic. She can only like stop the follow-up by canceling something early. So you can't necessarily bank on someone like stopping their sequence. Like it's just gonna come out. Like even on a no cancel, it will come out. Sorry. So
that's something that's definitely. Ooh, okay. The weird airflow leads into a combo anyways. This is real good. Trying to get out of the corner safely, but gets snagged out of the air.
That 6C is catching Hitoshyura in the air like a lot.
Yeah, not really barrier blocking in the air and just getting smacked out of it.
It's partially because Hito's like committing to either like an air backdash or like a regular air dash, and you can't barrier until basically the air dash animation ends.
Nice anti-air.
So yeah, due to the timing of it, like things kind of go sideways. Like right there with Ryder's like IADJC, like even if he wanted the barrier there, he wouldn't be able to in time. He would have gotten sniped regardless.
There it is. There is the round for Ryder. This is the tournament point for Hitoshyura.
Yeah. This determines whether he lives or dies. 6C, hop, skip, and a jump over that 3C.
Nice jump out. Okay, here's a chance to get things started. Trying to DP in the gravity well?
Oh no, it was Gustav. He tried to.
Oh, okay.
He tried to Gustav, but because the gravity was up, he was going over.
Gotcha. Okay. He was putting the knee down, so I couldn't tell for a second.
Nah, I feel that. Don't worry about it.
Alrighty, but here's some Lambda pressure. This is where she wants to be. This is that win con.
So I'm curious, actually. So, one thing that's really important to hold on a second. We'll get to that in a moment right here. Hitoshyura trying to look for the very next hit to go here. There we go.
He just counters the Oki. That Oki is so hard to deal with for so many characters, but
yeah. So when Lambda's primary Oki is her spike chaser when the spikes come up from the ground there after like her like knockdowns on hits, but because Growler is like very fast, I believe it's frame 1. Like, he can just invuln that outright. So Lambda has to just like adjust her Oki. But I don't think that Ryder is necessarily as like aware of just how many times he can Growler on some of the wake up scenarios and how much Hitoshyura has to like extend into like a strike property move.
Yeah, it's such a universal thing that works on most other characters that I'm wondering if Hitoshyura is like aware of the adjustments that they have to make.
I think he might be, but it could very well just be one of those scenarios where like if Ryder doesn't know it, I'm not gonna act like he knows it,
definitely.
You know? Like you're just like, I'll keep doing it.
Ooh, picks up off the roll. That is going to hurt. Look at that health bar, all that red life. We got a meter for this next mix-up. Gives up a little space and lets Hitoshyura slip out. Nice stuff. Taking all that space. Oh, IAD's down.
Dead. You're so dead. End it.
BHS
didn't kill?
Hello?
What?
Okay. There's first. Here's one more chance.
OD activation there.
Oh my god, the 5D. I mean, the 5D, excuse me, catches the dash in.
Okay. You're one
Active
corner.
flow is going to help a lot with Landa's damage issues.
Oh, he charged it just long enough. It doesn't matter. He's just, look at him. Hands in the air like he don't care. Fireball just barely on time after the block.
Oh my gosh. He had the charge still. That's one thing that's so notable about the Growler is there's no visual indicator. So if you forget that he has it, he could just slap you with it.
It's a really weird thing that it doesn't exist in the HUD of this game.
Right. Especially with Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Keep going.
I was gonna say, especially in a game where they have a whole different resource bar for 2 different characters, you'd imagine them to add that in there, but
yeah, it's a weird thing, and it's been like that since Chrono Phantasma. I forget if he had an indicator in like a location test, but I'd have to ask like people that know things. But yeah, it can be like a very annoying thing to deal with. Because he can store, I forget how many, I think it's
3.
Three, I think is the max.
Because I've done that research trying to figure out if I can do the Tsubaki Banana Uki against him. You cannot. You very much cannot do that against him.
And one thing that was actually really important to note, because Hitoshyura thought that he didn't have any charges, Hito went for 2D there. And that 2D was specifically going to catch an IAD approach from Ryder.
Mm-hmm.
But because Ryder opted to just stand still, 2D just absolutely whiffed, and quickly, the fireball just like deletes Hito.
Oh yeah.
It might have, yeah. And because Phalanx, the fireball, has such a high like attack level, it might have been able to just cleave through like a 5D too. So.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely a anti-projectile tool that I would say is one of the stronger ones in the game, for sure.
It's a pretty good one. I won't lie. So moving forward now, we're still in the loser side of things as we move towards our losers finals. We have this is going to be Fyre versus Soliloquy.
Awesome. So Fyre was the Kagura player, I believe. Yes. I'm so bad with remembering characters and player names. And Soliloquy on the new. Yes.
You just said you were bad and you just got it right immediately afterwards.
Listen. I feel like they're on every tournament I commentate, and honestly, I'm glad. I really made me think for like half of a second. Maybe I'll try picking up new, and then I was like, never mind. But new is very cool. Don't get me wrong.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll leave that to the people who are passionate about it, and you could definitely see the passion in Soliloquy's play. Definitely a character specialist.
For sure. So I would assume that Fyre is gonna go Kagura for this. This is one of those. Actually, he could go Noel. It's not a. If only because like Kagura, man, is just slow.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. So actually, because you're used to Tsubaki, this will be extra funny.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever boot up CF and then you just like pick Kagura, just hit 6-6 and just feel the Rock Lee training weights on you as you attempt to maneuver around the screen.
Mm-hmm. The question I have related to that though about gaining space is how many hits of projectiles does Wyvern absorb? Is it just one or is it?
It'll absorb it for as long as it guard points.
I see. Okay.
So it does not have any limit. Most moves in the game don't have a limit to how many projectiles they'll absorb. They're either outright invuln or they'll outright just guard point through them all.
I see.
Yeah. Additionally, one of the hard parts about Wyvern, actually, this is a very good segue, is that Wyvern gets demolished by Gravity Well.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because Gravity Well restricts all horizontal. Fyre's talking about already. Yeah, he's suffered this. When you look at Kagura do Wyvern and you just look at it in a Gravity Well, you just watch him go like 3 feet into just the full recovery of the move, and you're like, oh, that sucks. And like his IAD options are not super great. Like his JC is good for like if he's like happens to fall off of like a double jump or something, but like IAD JC, it's no Ragnar IAD JC, it's no Naoto JB or whatever, but it's no Tsubaki JC. That's for damn.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things that are just not as good in this particular matchup. So it'll if Fyre opts to go into Kagura, you'll see it. he needs to use it, but it has Soliloquy has a very powerful option to mitigate it if they're on the ball with the spacing and timing. But we'll see what comes up. I don't trust players ever when it comes to which characters they'll pick, to be quite frank.
Yeah, those are interesting considerations, and I'm sure Fyre, listening into our chat, obviously, is making those considerations themselves. Do you think that the Noelle would fare any better, or is it just kind of like different problems?
I don't talk to Fyre so that I can't. Oh, damn it! You already fucking it. I can't even make it. I can't even bring up the drama of the potential.
For the movement.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, Noelle's natural movement is quite good, and so she's able to just maneuver around like with no character specific stuff to really get through there. There's the chance that you might see some of the revolver shots just to check at certain ranges against New 13. Her 236A and her 236B. I don't know if that's gonna come up as frequently.
That seems a little specific. Yeah, very specific ranges.
Yeah. So you'll probably we will probably just see Fyre just like dash around the screen because Noelle's natural movement's good.
Yeah, definitely. She's faster. Faster than Kagura, anyways.
Exactly, and she will lack the damage that Kagura has by a mile off of the majority of hits. It's just the way how it goes. She can still crank out some pretty good damage on like certain counter hits or certain situations, but more niche than Kagura being able to just kind of like demolish you off of like certain straight counter hits.
Oh yeah. So it does look like we're in a little bit of a stall because the players from both of our losers quarters matches, one of them are missing from each of them. We're not missing, but like AFK at least.
Yeah, Hollow DQ'd, so they are no longer there. Oh no, that was way earlier. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we're looking for. We'll see what's going on here. In the meantime, I honestly would not be. We could just run winners finals. I'm down. I'm down to just run winners finals. If we're cool with that, if Phil can hear us. Streamer, do you think that sounds solid? Is that what's happening? I'm gonna assume that's what's happening. All right, cool. Awesome. Yeah. I'm down. I'm down to run winners finals a little early. We'll see who's available, and we'll pivot accordingly here.
Gotcha. Yeah. In the meanwhile, I just want to give a quick shout out to one of our friends over here from BBB, which is Training Mode Network. They run beginner and intermediate tournaments every day at 8 p.m. EST. That is every day of the week. I think they're on somewhat of a bi-weekly schedule in how they rotate through games. Very great community, very consistent community. They offer fun little prizes for people who manage to win a few tournaments. Huge shout out to them. So check them out if you're looking for those kind of beginner level tournaments, looking to learn.
Yeah, they started running CC, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
Not too long ago. So they've been definitely rotating around a bunch of different games. I've caught so many of the KOF streams after these brackets.
Yeah, that's usually on the day.
Yeah, so like I'll tune into that, and then sometimes I'll see oh my god, I'm such a horrible person. I'll sometimes see Jibka on Andy Bogart. I don't know why he plays that character. You can play a way better character, I swear to God. But yeah, he's just Dove puts on a lot of stuff. I know they're on break for a little bit for the month because I know they got like a bunch of stuff going on, if I remember correctly.
Oh, were they not happening today?
It was either last month or this month. I'm just gonna look in their Discord right now, so I'm not telling you guys.
Yeah, I've entered a few of their tournaments. Just huge recommendation. They do fun games too sometimes, or just like non-usual games. Like I saw they were doing a Tekken one of the weeks. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, they are in the middle of their month-long break, but they do have a draft crew battle that's coming up for BlazBlue versus Rising on this Saturday, actually. So if you guys want to check that out, I'm sure that'll be pretty cool. If you guys want to see who rules the skies, so to speak, I'm sure they'll have very cursed names as their last BlazBlue Cruise battle went. Yeah, let me see. In terms of other stuff to mention, just keep in mind, while we are on break from running our monthly, we still don't have our weeklies coming up here. Actually, no, I forget. That is I'll just write down correctly. I don't know words. Yeah. But either way, our weeklies are happening this week, so we still have other stuff coming up. So for example, tomorrow we will have Plus R, same time, same place, 8 p.m. twitch.tv/BostonBlueBeat. And on a Wednesday we'll have our under night bracket. Again, same time, same place. We've got a ton of people that tend to pull up for both of these brackets. I know some of the anime players were off at Florida doing the thing at CEO. Yeah. That being said, plenty of people still show up for Under Night, so it's a pretty popular-ish game. But that being said, we are good to go if the players are good to go.
Awesome.
We can run this immediately. I see both players in the lobby, so we're just on for time, to be frank with y'all.
Yeah, we're going to be jumping into some 3 out of 5 sets between Dawn and Playguy. This is going to be some Ragna versus Relius action. I don't know. What are you expecting to see from this match?
From this matchup, neutral. That will be kind of the big decider of a lot of interactions. And I'm very curious to see. Playguy's a burster, so that will also determine some other interactions. But really, again, it's just if Playguy is center neutral, how does he fight to get in? If Playguy is on defense, how does he get away? And if he's and how does he specifically challenge some of Relius's strings? But that last part is a nugget for later, because there's a long explanation there.
Starting off right away, yeah, the air to air, like you were saying.
Yeah, I'll take that JA out to get it. God damn, that was beautiful.
And
the comes up from Dawn rather early.
Overdrive right through that button. A little punish on the doll.
And you can see again, Dawn very willing to spend those resources, as we mentioned, in the last set. But because Playguy is a very defensive and patient player generally, Dawn had so little resources, and Playguy just immediately engaged.
And he is kind of hurting for it now. Dawn is. Almost has burst back already, though, so not too punished for that decision in the terms of the long set, but for this game anyways. Nice jump out, starting a little bit of block pressure.
Manages to get away from there. Lots of upbacks coming in from Playguy, but still clipped as he lands here. Let's see what comes up next. 2 and 4C. Trying to check maybe a DP or something. Plenty of meter. There it is.
There's the
a
DP,
little later.
Yeah.
2A looking for maybe a reversal super. Spins, and Dawn takes up the space while Ignis regenerates.
I love how willing to use that spin Dawn is, but eats the DPRC anyways, and that's the first round for Playguy.
The spin is dangerous, but when Ignis is out, it's way safer. So it can be very. Oh, he crossed himself up. He did not end up auto correcting on time on the 2A there. Whoa! Beautiful escape with the Gauntlet Hades.
Fantastic movement. Meter looking a little low there. Oh, there's the hit.
Calling out the backdash there. Knows the confirm and ends up confirming with the Blood Scythe here. Things are looking pretty solid. Let's see what comes up next. Standard 2A pressure. Probing for a defensive response from Dawn. There's the spin you mentioned earlier. Ooh.
Okay. Wow, fantastic combos off of the guard cancel.
Why did he commit to the second follow-up? I'm actually shocked that that Playguy committed to the follow-up. I don't know if he just didn't confirm the block or not. The second hit of Gauntlet Hades is coded to just whiff on crouchers. So I'm surprised that he did the follow-up and then RC. Normally you'll see first hit Gauntlet Hades RC if the Ragnar player thinks it'll get blocked. It's Dual Bios time, baby. It's time to block.
You gotta block.
Yeah,
he's blocking.
That.
No, never mind. Oh, counter hit doesn't quite work out, but the IAD in will. That is going to be it.
Yeah, and that's a rough thing when you're dealing with Relius. Sometimes you can block out the whole sequence, but when you're ready to challenge, Relius already has fantastic solo buttons for stuffing you out. And we saw that come in clutch right there for Dawn, with especially the 5B there. So it can be very difficult, very annoying to kind of find the timings and the spacings. Because both of their 5Bs, again, hit the same, very, very similar ranges with very similar hitboxes. So it can very well come down to who draws first.
Okay, there's the 5B hitting on the float, I believe it was, but this will be a chance for Playguy to get some life back and a corner position.
Good conversion here, just enough meter to get that 6B there. Sorry, rather, Dawn had just below the meter required for reversal super there.
And that's probably going to be Don's last burst of this set. Here's the counter assault combo again.
Yeah, coming in right there. That counter assault 2D. Miura, one of the best Relia specialists ever. As he said once upon a time, I had to block a whole button to do this. Maybe one of the funniest jokes he's ever made, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my goodness, crouching hit confirmed. This should be good. Honestly, Plagueeye might be able to kill there with OD, but I swear to God, these Ragnar players don't like killing people.
Yeah, oh, there's the block finally, making a Don hurt for that guard cancel.
Really good call out right there. Catching on to Don's not hesitance, rather. His impatience or enthusiasm. Pull up with the source here. Antsiness. Whatever you want to say, yeah. It's one of the tough things. Ragnar does a whole 2A, and suddenly it feels like the world is crashing down.
Oh, definitely. His block pressure can be real scary sometimes.
There's like a weird, like, almost Dunning-Kruger-esque curve where, like, you start playing the game and Ragnar does 2A, and you're like, what's going on? And then you get to a point where Ragnar does 2A, and you're like, who cares? And then you get to a higher level and Ragnar does 2A, and you're like, Jesus Christ, what's happening?
I'm scared for my life. Oh.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God. Standard pressure here from Don. Ignis is absolutely burnt out. Plagueeye trying to find an opportunity to get in, but you can see how Don is still willing to find spacings where that 5B can stuff potential approaches from Plagueeye. I wonder if Plagueeye might opt to use a few more like IEDs to get around the 5B. I'm not too sure.
Plagueeye, oh, I think a backdash spot there.
You're exactly right there.
Okay.
Nightmare ends up connecting.
And Ragnar's corner card real good. Won't get us quite there to the corner yet, but there's the 2As we mentioned before. Don, oh my gosh, crosses up on the spin, even after the OD. That's crazy.
This should be carnage into death right here. It's winners finals, keep that in mind. So it's going to be a 3 out of 5 set. We get a little bit more room to breathe here, but Don will definitely be on the back foot if he's down 2-0 against Plagueeye here.
Ooh, I like the dodges. I like the spins. So does Don. Gets corner off of that.
But Plagueeye managing to start getting out of the corner, but the JA ends up working out really well for Don. If we're going to talk about good JAs, Relia's JA, fantastic for catching an opponent's movements. It's super active. One of the most active buttons in the game, like flat out. So it can be very, very solid at calling out some of those blood sides there. Plagueeye willing to play it a little patiently there. Don trying to start up the interaction himself by going for the IADJA, but Plagueeye absolutely ready with the anti-air.
Ooh, and the anti-air right back from Don.
That hit so late. I genuinely thought that was going to whiff at that point. Burst comes out here. Things are looking decent. Plagueeye trying to maneuver around the doll. It's so low once again. And there goes the IEDJA. You'll see Don do that really frequently when he feels like a bit antsy over an interaction or maybe wants to like set the tone himself. Sometimes that can be used a bit exploitatively, but it seems that Plagueye's not quite keyed into Don's tempo here. Dual Bios comes out here, not able to cancel on the clash in time, so that's going to be a dead blood edge on the screen.
Alright, going into this final round with no meter on Don's side. Might have the chance to build it all the way back up, but looking pretty nice here for Plagueeye, but can't quite get a combo.
Way too far from 6A there. Maybe had to do micro dash 5B, 3C. Unfortunate here for Plagueeye. That conversion could have meant a lot for him here. Plagueeye willing to take a patient approach here at cornering Don, not even through necessarily throwing out a lot of buttons, but just through the raw ebb and flow of movement. 4D connects. Plagueye's jumps are starting to get called out really frequently. Like, these have been a lot of skirmishes, frankly, and Plagueye's already down to such little health.
Oh, but can't quite block that overhead.
And Plagueeye can't quite finish the confirm there. Looking kind of rough for him here.
Not sure what happened. Oh, nice air throw to catch the air movement.
All right.
It's like you said, the air-to-air games from both players here have been really impressive.
He has to pop a like immediately, and that is exactly why the burst there. Don's gonna try to set up dual bios as soon as possible, but the DP aggressive play from Plagueeye will get that done. Not sure if this kill's due to DP scaling, but the overdrive Carnage Scissors will in fact get the job done. Plagueeye up 2-0 in this winner's final set.
And that momentum is huge. It can be really disheartening having to think I have to win 3 games in a row to come back from this. Even though Don was doing great in all those games. Those games were very close. Those were not Play Guy running him over by any means. So we will have to see if he can turn things around here.
Let's see what comes up. Get a quick summon here. 2-4C trying to police the ground. Wants to make the floor lava for Play Guy, but he is absolutely A-okay with being a jump man.
Oh, definitely.
Super minus right there. Play Guy takes his turn back. No IB on the last hit of the Gad Lace there, so couldn't go for a punish. Burst comes out there from Don, and we were talking about it earlier, but normally that's reserved for an OD to cover for Ignis. The fact that that's gone early in this next round is pretty big.
Oh yeah, especially at this 50% life deficit. Like, this round might be sealed, but not quite over yet. Lots of dog age being used here. And Play Guy content to just let that happen. Look at this. He's just there. I'm sitting here. I'll anti-air you.
A couple of JAs and JCs just trying to dare Don to approach aggressively here. Counter Assault 2D comes up, but nah, it doesn't fully hit here. And Play Guy, with that 4D dodge, I think he's very aware now of Don's willingness to just use that button to catch out Play Guy, like double jumping around the place. Play Guy, however, with very good patience, once again, just willing to sit and wait for an anti-air. Oh no! He did the follow-up. He was ready to follow up into RC there, but the dodge ended up causing it to hit on the wrong side. That's so
funny. That's crazy. It looked like it was going to be a free presser extension, but surprise, he's spinning.
True.
Either way, definitely. Play Guy is on set point here, blocking out all of this Relius pressure, but gets hit in the air, getting counter hit.
Yeah, one of the weird things about Relius, you don't really realize it because you get caught up with like learning a bunch of other things at first, but like Relius mix isn't really that good like most of the time. Unless there's a setup behind it, he's not doing anything super crazy. His 6A is like pretty telegraphed, it's kind of slow, otherwise it's mids and lows. Even like with a doll, like unless there's like a dual bio setup or something like that, like she ain't doing too much.
Ooh.
Jeez, another dodge coming out here. Oh, early blood size to get away from Ignis here. Play Guy not trying to force the issue too much, does not want to swing and get clipped by the super. Oh my god.
Yeah, and that is, can't even burst it. I don't know why you would, but
that's the thing with Relius. Sometimes you want to just poke or like you want to like stuff something, and then he goes, "Oh wow, you wanted to interact with me? That's not gonna work here." It's much big apology here. TRM, however, is gonna look really good for Play Guy. I want to see him throw more often because Don keeps spinning.
Yeah,
just throw the man.
It feels like Don is kind of burying him out to this range of throw. Might not be super effective, but it gets burst anyways. That's what I'm saying. That. Oh my god, from downtown, super jumps into it. Gets a little bit of damage off of that interaction.
Oh my gosh. Dead spike.
Like I
run into chase.
The counter assault.
Yeah, wasting no time pressing something here. Once again, whiffing the 2C right there, and Don immediately is ready to just mash the spin there. Again, because Play Guy's not showing those aggressive, like, run-up throws, Don feels very, like, happy to just spin all, like, defensively on, like, most gaps.
Might be the thing that swings things here. This is a great position here for
my
Don.
God, 40 counter hit. This is so burst safe. Keeping it burst safe still. He's forced to finally burst, and he drops the punish combo. 2C counter hit connects. 100 meter to work with. Play Guy, it is do or die. Throw his tech. Another throw his tech. The run up 5B connects, and Don off of the back of a whiffed burst punish off of such a burst safe confirm. Somehow still loses. Play Guy manages to snatch the jaws of victory right out of Don's hands. That's hilarious.
I have no words. That's really unfortunate. After I think that was probably Don's like best game in the set. Feels like he was working up towards that, to have it go like that. Oh,
I got words. That's hilarious. Damn, you did all that work to keep it burst safe and you still died. That's rough. These things happen.
On the last hit. Yeah, that's BlazBlue. It's a high pressure situation, winners finals, but not Don's last chance, thankfully. Gonna be waiting in losers finals to play whoever works their way up to him.
For sure, for sure. And right now we do have Matt versus Ryder and Soliloquy versus Fyre in the loser side here. Let's see who's going to be coming up next. That should be Ryder versus Matt, and we'll see, and we'll make sure both players are available, and we'll go from there. But Morgan, is there anything else you kind of want to... Oh, the match arena. What are we even talking about?
We have a lot of codes left, actually. I think last time we still had... Okay, no, we got a few down. 28 codes remaining. We're almost to halfway. If you guys can give a click on that link, type !match arena in chat. It's like, what was it, 5 button presses? It's costing $0.
If you have to log in. If you don't have to log in, it's like 2.
It's really appreciated.
Incredibly easy to do so. Thank you folks that have popped in for the match arena. We appreciate that. As we move on to more BlazBlue.
So we got the Azrael and we got the Naoto. Music from Matt and Ryder. Okay.
Raging Giga Gamer.
Me too.
Let's see what comes up here. I think Ryder's gonna back off.
You think so?
Too many stupid things on that stuff, right? Yeah,
oh my god.
Okay. I remember. Oh wow, that's a hard confirm right there. That microdash 3C. Matt definitely likes to go for a lot of the hard routes. So sometimes, yeah, sometimes one of his weaknesses is that he'll be like a little too stubborn about it and won't switch to the easier stuff. But I think when you get like a difficult route in like early on in a set, it's definitely a confidence booster.
Sure, and that kind of thing is super important to your momentum and your. Nice bait. Both players spending their burst here. This is kind of tough. Not a lot of life here left from Matt. But Ryder.
Very doable for Matt, but it's a matter of how you approach it.
Yeah.
Once again, we've been seeing it come up like again and again. The willingness to be patient and the ways in which that can pay off in spades.
Despite being in the corner, Ryder was really patient there, but comes Matt in this round.
You mashed on 2A, 2B from Azrael. You are a freaking mad. Wow. If I'm Ryder, the Tiger Cobra Leopards, the TCLs are coming. Because, good God, I need to wreck some if they do all that stuff.
Ooh, okay, air to air working out.
It's looking real good. All it takes is one more hit here. Let's see what Ryder has to say right now. Should be able to get overdrive back if he can continue offense long enough.
Too far to make that work. There it is.
Alright, now things get dicey.
Tons of meter to work with here from both players. There it is. RC to... Oh, okay, hero burst. Wait, that's not the hero burst. Never mind. Kind of.
He's a bit more of a villain, but we'll see what comes up here. You got 6C? Oh, damn.
And all that meter going down the drain, too.
That's an early JC, I'm not gonna lie. He was I think Matt was very much so expecting either Ryder to approach or was like expecting him to did sway mid-combo? Oh,
yeah. Matt is really, really willing to mash on this Azrael pressure, I have noticed.
Yeah. And
right there.
That's why the mash happened earlier. He was queuing up sway. It's likely that he was trying to mash sway. Since Azrael's like lows are a little more annoying for him to pop out. Like he can cancel a lot of things into 2D, which is really good. It's plus. But it can be a little awkward here. Pretty high committal from Matt. I'm curious to see kind of how things will shake out. Good 2C anti-air, willing to play it patiently here. Gets the DP ender. Oh, this is best for game now. Comes out.
Slow DP working out. Gets crossed up. Cross your dash.
Should be. No! Oh my god, he had to burst that immediately. Otherwise, that was going to be confirmed into Astral. This is big. Upper weak point established. Reversal super, gonna guess. Goes low. Good blocks, but the throw!
Gosh, the throw!
If that didn't kill because he tried to keep the combo simple, I was going to laugh if he died.
Yeah, that was... God, my brain is trying to, like, get the 1, 2, 3 of what happened there, and I'm struggling to remember. It's so much happened in the span of, like, 5 seconds.
And mind you, like, the round start was kind of, like, chill. Like, everyone was like, oh, okay, you know, we're doing this, and that. And then whoop, 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 interactions.
Yeah. I think that there's a habit that a lot of players, myself included, have that when one player is kind of being very mashy and predictive, you want to match their speed. And I feel like that's kind of what happened there with how willing Matt is to mash on the pressure here.
I feel that 100%. Like, it's the similar feeling of like someone throws me and then I instantly want to throw.
Oh yeah, like, get the revenge, right?
Exactly. And you have to make sure that you're playing at your own pace, that it works best for you against somebody. You cannot let somebody drag you into their familiar territory, because that's when things start to fail.
Seems exactly what Matt's doing here. This combo's going to about even things up. Nice safe jump. Just flings himself out of here. You know, I'm out. Don't want to interact. See ya.
Yeah, so the big thing about that safe jump is that Azrael DP is so slow that if you do your safe jump and then you like time your meaty accordingly, like if somebody like blocks and you follow up with your stuff, you'll just hit your button and then Azrael will counter hit you. It's one of those. I keep forgetting it now, so it can fall with like a J after that Loki set up in particular. In a while. 6-8! Woo!
That was good. I like that burst, actually. It's early enough, you're up around, you have plenty of time to get that back. If you're feeling confident.
Solid, yeah.
Okay.
Getting some block on the Gustav, making it -2.
Oh, and he does not want to block after these Gustavs. Just jumping and mashing, and it's working out. Not taking the corner here.
Yeah, especially when you IB the Gustav, like there's not really... Most Azraels will like opt to backdash afterwards in order to like get away from whatever like Sometimes though, like you get into that weird layer where like you got to match with minus and stuff. I mean, no. Yeah, Matt is really willing to just like pop that a lot, and I think he's he's too far for a double.
Well, I guess he blocked and then hit a button midair. That was interesting.
Yeah, he mashed. I instant blocked the JA, and yeah, I guess
okay. I didn't see that.
Yeah. It's look, the flashes are blinks in your face. Yeah, I guess he just thought, he's like, oh, okay, I instant blocked it. Like, I'll try to mash here, and then that was just like, what if I just use like that double weak point setup?
Here, yeah.
Fantastic for Azrael here. This is going to be all the way to the next corner, by the way.
That combo looks so silly.
It is. Valiant Charger combos are the funniest thing in this game has to offer. For one of them. Okay. Popping the OG.
Whiffs the EA.
Because it went on the other side, because Ryder just did up forward.
Yeah, that was an ambitious EA, especially with Ryder not really showing anything in the Super Flash. Gets punished for that decision pretty hard.
Yeah, looking a bit rough there.
Alrighty, going on to game 3. We're back in 2 out of 3 land for a bit. For a good bit, actually.
Mind you, it's 1-1. It is do or die for both folks.
Alright, okay. Yeah. Be more conservative for starts from Ryder.
Yeah, and the 3C from Matt, expecting Ryder to play it a bit more aggressively, but again, Ryder's just like pretty chill with just backing off and assessing the situation. This is going to be 4.4.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, 4.4.
The roll catch doesn't quite work. Here's Ryder out of the corner.
Yeah, Matt not ready for the follow-ups. You can, as Naruto, you can just queue up like a 5AA, so that if you catch the roll, you automatically autocorrect on the follow-up to 5A, your jab, and then you can just route a core. You just do whatever you need to do to like side swap or do some side. You'll do like 5A, PC, Phantom Pain, Enhanced Phantom Pain, side swap, or Phantom Pain, whatever. Whoa! What a conversion!
These characters,
of course.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there he goes.
I say what a conversion right when he drops it. Damn it.
I was gonna say, when I thought it was going to combo, this character's conversion off of air counter hit buttons always surprises me with what will work. Feels like we're playing Melty Blood.
Oh my god, yeah. It's funny you say that, because Naruto buttons definitely feel like Melty Blood buttons sometimes with the counter hit stun and just how big they are. But like you look at like counter hit JC, it's so beefy. There's a Will of Kill confirmed with like Edge Dark playing against like a Kagura player off of counter hit JC, and they're just like, what the hell is that?
I think I've seen that one, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see
and that. Whoa, okay.
Oh, I
It's a midair during the DT?
No, that might have been Sentinel Dump? I'm not too sure. Because it's like the way he crouched. It's a little hard to tell. Yeah. I'm not sure if he crossed up an input or what by the sideswap in here. RC's to maintain pressure. Good blocks from Ryder, unable to challenge though. Has to burst on this confirmed.
Does it right when he gets the burst, but right when Matt gets the burst back. Okay, here's a weird scramble converting for Azrael. Oh my gosh. Nice whip punish, gets the burst.
And honestly, oh god, were Matt not up around, that would have been A-okay, but 35 seconds, Ryder fighting for their tournament life here. The JB connects, but no follow-up.
All this meter to extend the pressure. There's the DP! And I honestly, such a smart DP. Kind of seeing that Ryder was willing to just, I'm just gonna do these block strings, dump all my resources into RCs. There's gonna probably be a gap eventually, especially if you're burying him out. So, yeah, I like that a lot.
For a minute, I thought that like Ryder was gonna bust out like a TK Gustav. Sorry, a TK Growler. Oh my god, and like swap sides with that. You know about TK Growler yet or no?
No, I don't.
Oh god,
I haven't hit that chapter.
So the way how Azrael works is that in order to do his specials out of his dash, he has to TK them.
Okay.
So he'll dash and then he'll do, like, for example, dash Gustav is dash up 2, 3, 6, 7, 8A. Typically, probably just 7A, honestly. And TK Growler is his fastest mix-up option, where he dashes behind you, TK's a Growler input to quickly left-right you, basically.
Oh.
It's an execution check, I won't lie. But it is very good to pull out to like close out a round.
Yeah, oh god, that would have definitely got me screaming and yelling for sure.
Yeah, it's hilarious. If you'll know it when you see it, trust me. Mm-hmm. He'll just teleport with his hands in the air and you'll just be like, why god? I didn't know these characters had a unique intro.
I guess it makes sense. There's lore.
Sword
girls.
It's because a clone of myself.
Yeah, they both fell from the sky, I think.
But yeah, I did not realize that, actually. That makes a lot of sense. But I guess it's because this is not a matchup you see.
Yeah. And we can see that speed already from Noelle. That is definitely the reason we're not seeing Fyre's other character here. But as we're saying that, Ruby pops out. Ooh, okay, air to air works out. Now we got some Noelle combos. Don't get a chance to see these every day.
Things are looking pretty decent here. UK is looking solid. Goes for the 6C.
There's nice.
First
Gotta
comes
get
out
that
there.
eventually.
And there's some of that natural movement there. The IAD from Noelle is pretty good. And again, some of these counter hits from Noelle can lead to good damage. And if she gets 100 meter, you could very well see a double super route come out here. Checking a delay tech with the 2-2B there. It only activates on downed opponents. It's a very unique property to some moves in this game. So you'll see Ragnar do that to check delay techs with like T2C and all that jazz. But right now, it's all Soliloquy here in the corner. You just deep.
IAD's back twice to catch Fyre trying to run in. That was so smart.
This man did just wake up 60. I forget if it's body or footage wrong. That was the decision of all time. Not even enough. No!
Not quite enough. Oh my god,
you're dead.
That is going to
you're
be
actually dead.
100 meter.
You're dead. You're absolutely dead. You're dead because the game decided that your combo wasn't going to finish. Your sins for playing a bottom tier have been made known. That is so tragic. That actually is giving me like vibes of CEO of Kazuya down forward 1, down forward 2 with me.
Oh my god, I saw that.
You remember that?
Again.
Oh
I do.
my, that was so bad. I know. Oh my god.
Soliloquy not phased though. Got a little bit of life. A nice block on the overhead.
That's looking real good. Ooh, 3C connects. Manages to follow up with the sword here. Not going to be a ton of damage, but the Oki is going to be the exact same here. Sword on the screen. It's time to guess.
Tons of meter here to work with. This could hurt if. Ooh. I like the jump back block there from Noelle.
Yeah. looking solid. Ooh! Pop for
Oh
mashing.
my gosh! Out of the air on top of the sword.
Jump back IAB is not gonna. The jump back air dash is not gonna get it done. Nice super to end that round here. We are 1 round apiece for both Fyre and Soliloquy here in losers quarters.
Soliloquy doesn't seem phased at all by that first round. You'd love to see it. That composure is so tough sometimes. Whoa! Okay, nice EA.
That was really smart. I'm not gonna lie. The JD from Noelle can be an extremely weird button to deal with. Because she can still use her follow-ups out of it. So I like the run under into just EA, just to stuff her and say like, no, please stop.
Yeah, keep it simple. Oh, and just similarly, there's a nice EA back. God, I don't think I've seen this EA before.
It's sick as hell. It's one of
awesome.
the cooler EAs. Right back to the corner.
Blocked. Oh, but that 5D is not blocked, yeah.
So these frame traps are working out very well here. Fyre able to block the majority of the mix-ups here. It really is just some of the frame traps where they're trying to like be a little shisty. It's not. It doesn't end up working out.
I seemed a little scared to challenge there as the super was kind of whipping in his face. Ending buttons.
Yeah. And Fyre, when he's like opting for some of the Fyre using the drive is trying to force some interactions with the drive follow-ups. But Soliloquy is doing an excellent job of backing off and like attacking at certain points in order to just nullify some of the potential jig.
That definitely makes sense with how New works in her backdash and her defensive options. Limited defensive options for sure, but okay, sticking with it. I honestly like that. I thought the Noelle worked out pretty well in that last game. Girls and manly men. Guess he's got a type.
The wheel of fate is turning.
This game has range. Sorry,
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Character for everyone.
TK2 on 14. Jesus, you really expecting like a dash up 3C or something? Huh?
Oh, and
Yeah, there. Yeah, 5C is too active to do anything else there. No meterless reversal for Noelle. It's going to be an early active flow. The damage probably isn't going to factor in just due to the way the OP afterwards works, but you know, getting her overdrive back a little faster is pretty great.
Weird air scramble right there was kind of interesting. No one really died for it though. Ooh, okay.
Oh my god.
Wow. Immediate burst. I wonder if that was meant to be an OD, but okay, here we go.
Should be good damage here. Not from anything super crazy actually, but decent OP. Trying to bait out something once again, but the last follow-up coming out here. That should lead into... Oh no!
Oh my
Wake
gosh,
up throw!
the low tiers today.
Oh my god, I'm not gonna... Wait a minute. If I'm Fyre and my opponent did a wake up throw, that usually tells me that they're not throw OSing, which means it's shimmy time.
Oh yeah, that could be scary.
Yeah, it's shimmy time, or maybe Fyre... I don't know the properties on this exactly, but I don't know if Noelle like 2D works as a throw crush there. But
She has something.
I would bet it's 2D because she like specifically jumps. I don't know if 6D is also throw involved, which Fyre's been using that like that dash up there. Body involved, if I remember correctly. I can't remember off the top of my head. We'll see it as it comes up here.
The drive anti-air whiffing there from Soliloquy. Yeah, this is Fyre's chance. Oh my gosh.
Likely coming up. Will be available here for Fyre off of the next confirm here. Things are looking dicey for Soliloquy. There's the OD, there's the reversal super, but it's not going to get anything done. The 4D will invuln through it and get it done here. Fyre up 1 game finally.
Yeah, what smart application of a character, especially on your secondary. Like, I'm assuming that is their secondary. I don't know for sure.
I don't know what the weights are in terms of like dual main versus secondary. I won't lie.
Well, still impressive, especially with a character like Noelle, to just be like, you know, you are locked in on what my character does. These are her strengths, right? And she does have strengths, despite her placement on tier lists.
For sure. Every character has some. This is a dishonest game.
Especially, we could definitely say that the day after a Taker won a major, so.
Many thoughts. many thoughts. Many such things. But I cannot say anything with fellow butter churner. Oh my god, what a deep dash up.
Man, in with it.
Full belief. That takes some cojones, I won't mind. sort of set, trying to medium probe for a couple of decisions.
Just doesn't let it loose that entire time. I like that throw a lot, but I think that...
It did ruin the combo,
Yeah. Oh my god, the overhead as Fyre was getting up.
Legacy Edge trying to keep it as burst safe as possible here. Otherwise, yeah, so that was really somewhat greedy, but really smart from Soliloquy. So New could very well pop OD and then likely secure a kill from that situation, but Soliloquy wanted to do something burst safe and still kill. So that was a smart optimization there. Oh wow, pops the OD on the I forget how that move is. I forget the name of the move. It's such a but crouches under the 2 and 4 A. Some movement going on here. Soliloquy trying to probe for another hit. If they can get the burst out of Fyre, that's huge. Reversal super, however, not going to connect.
Safe.
Oh my gosh! Oh my god!
Tip of it. Snagging Fyre out of the air. Yeah.
The sword's still available.
I forgot about it. Oh my god. I think Fyre did too. Nice throw break.
I think we all did. Ah! Just jump away! Okay, this is getting crazy. Last interaction potentially coming up here. 50 meter available. All this takes is one super. No drop. No super needed, in fact. The 214D gets it done, and Soliloquy is in the loser semifinals.
Yeah, it looked like Fyre was trying to, I think, jump back in the gravity well, and the 5D might have snagged him trying to do so. Great stuff closing it out here. We're going to be seeing a Matt versus Soliloquy game next. I think, oh, they have played before, but I forgot who won. I think it might have been Soliloquy, but I also might be making that up. So don't quote me on that.
One of us tells lies, the other tells the truth.
I love spreading this information.
That being said, good stuff from both players. Very nice set to see from those folks.
Yeah.
And again, if you guys arrived here a little later, keep in mind that we played our winners final set already, just to make sure that we kept the bracket moving along, as a couple of the players were unavailable on loser side. So we will just be going straight through losers up until grand finals, where Play Guy is sitting pretty.
I'm racking my brain trying to remember who won last time. I guess it doesn't matter. What does matter is the matchup in particular. I'm trying to think about how this would go.
New 13 versus Naoto.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm bad at this matchup as Naoto. I won't lie to you. New
I didn't know you played Naoto.
Oh yeah, I played good in Naoto too. Naoto is sorry, not Naoto. New 13 is one of those characters that point for point sucks. But if you are not good at the matchup, you will still be fried regardless. So you have to make sure that you know how to play towards certain strengths. One thing that Naoto can do that's pretty good is that he can call out a lot of 4D usage by just using his sway into dash canceling afterwards to take up a bit of space. You can do that. Naoto's damage is also an ever-present threat throughout this matchup.
Yeah, he can get in one time, and New being a low health character is gonna really hurt for it, despite how the rest of the match has been going.
Yeah, he can absolutely just, pardon my French, he can just rock her shit the moment he gets it. So it is if you see some instant bursts come out from Soliloquy, that's why. That being said, again, this is to continue their loser's life and to see who gets the privilege of fighting against Dawn in losers finals. Nothing substantial really coming out here. A couple of skirmishes on deck. There's the sway into the enhanced 236B. Didn't get the instant enhanced Rekka that time either. But this is pretty fine for Naoto. Again, the damage race here is real in this kind of matchup, where Naoto could very well be down by 60% and through one confirm. Everything's just different.
Oh, and then we might be setting up for this situation here.
Yeah, I really like the delay 2A there, likely sniping out a fuzzy jump there from Soliloquy. Really neat stuff right there. Just one of those little small things that Naoto can do to harass you.
And as we were saying that, the situation is reversed so quickly. That side swap so powerful from New. Hold the corner with this sword Oki.
Matt willing to play it patiently. There's the melty button. That's JB, baby.
Oh my
God.
God. It's behind him, and look
Yes.
at this. We are in a desperate round scenario.
I will send you a clip of a video that I made talking about Naruto, and it will show the JB, and you will understand. You
Look
will
at the
understand.
hitbox, everybody at home. Look at the hitbox.
It is woo 6B. That will crush. Crouching moves there. And because new 13 3C is a pretty solid round choice, like it's pretty reasonable to like check that every now and then with the 6B.
Oh my God, the sword being held all that time.
Matt was
They're gonna,
comfortable just waiting for it to pop and still got hit. I'd be a little mad if that happened. I won't lie.
Me too, for sure. Doesn't end up mattering too much in the grand scheme of things, but like, I'd be upset.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That made a little thick.
Fuzzy block coming out. Okay, nice jumps out of the corner.
Not the craziest Oki off of this. You can still see a backdash coming up here. Not able to punish on time because he air blocked the reverse of super. That does add a little bit of block time if I remember correctly. Trying to get out of the scenario there. You can do the full Rekka. 5D just whiffs outright.
Yeah, at the final hit of the Rekka too. Could have had a punish, otherwise really unfortunate. Oh my gosh. Here, the
you're
Rekka
dead.
finally, gosh.
You're dead. You are dead. You are dead. Don't be fancy. Oh my, he's trying to be fancy. Oh my God. That's why you didn't get the timing for the fucking Phantom Pain. Come on, Matt. Keep it simple. Just kill them. Just kill them.
Thankfully, he did kill him in the end. And
Was that a... Oh, Jibka, was that a burst bait? I apologize, man. That was a janky look. That was a janky looking combo. I'm pretty sure you had OD though. You just popped OD and just killed. Like 90% sure.
That was burst save?
I don't know.
We're past it. It's okay. Next round. Next round.
We're past. Yeah. You're right.
I think the important takeaway from that interaction was how much Matt was believing in just the full send Rekka to close all that space with how Soliloquy... Yeah, Soliloquy's using that air movement just kind of IDing back up like right there and really covers some space.
It was hilarious. Oh, clipped by the 3C in lanes there. Maybe he was looking to queue up Rekka or trying to up back. Not too sure. Oh my God, that was the fastest. That was the fastest enhanced DP I've seen. Wow. Oh my God.
Oh
You're
my
a
God,
jerk. You're such a jerk. You're such a jerk. Oh, Smasher. Oh my God. Come on. So, that's a counter hit. That's big damage. You could pop OD and very well threaten to just kill outright. But keep it simple right there. I think that's pretty fair. Awesome.
The crush trigger. No barrier being shown from Soliloquy. That's going to be it.
Yep. The animation connects here, and now Matt is looking at set point right there.
Rebel 2. Action.
Not going into this with a burst lead as well, so hopefully not quite. There's the Rekkas again to close the space through the gravity. I think that.
All right, yeah, he's trying to do some fancy shit. Don't keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. You could have done like 5K. You could have interacted less with me 13, but instead, now you have to deal with the burst coming up. Now you got to go in again. Oh, if he air throwed there. Oh, I don't know about that burst. Wow! Incredible. Pick it up. You're nice. Never mind. I was talking so much shit, and he just did all of that. Incredible. Why did all of that happen? I don't even know what to say to that. I'm speechless. I'm getting some water.
Soliloquy just wanted out of that, and I do not blame them. Oh my God, what a...
I love that, and I hate that. I'm getting water. Can you just feel... Let's do... hold on.
Yeah, go get your water. I can hold it down. Yeah, I think that was another case of Matt kind of suffocating Soliloquy. There is not... Even when things like the full send Rekka to close the space weren't working, he would just do it again, belligerently, and I think it worked out great. Soliloquy didn't have a chance to breathe that entire set. Great stuff. And that has earned Matt his ticket to fight Don, this is a 2-0 before from Don. And if I remember correctly, similarly to the game we just watched, except in reverse, this was a matchup that Don kind of smothered Matt in. So we'll see if Matt can adapt, if this will be another kind of clean 2-0 sweep. And the winner of this will move on to grand finals to play Play Guy, who's sitting pretty in winners. Hello, welcome back.
Not such a long break. I feel like Play Guy's like on vacation, sipping
Yeah.
like a tiki cup.
Well, I had to get water too. My throat is starting to go.
The wheel of fate is
Nah, I feel that. Don't worry.
Rebel
Sometimes you gotta look. Lemon tea, honey. God, my
Oh.
combo.
I'm gonna get that after this is all over, actually.
Yeah. Trust me, when yeah. So having some experience from singing, yeah, you need that. It is hell. And I'm already a yapper, so you know. Anywho, offense is happening. Aurelius, good throw tech. Nice, willing to block out there. Slash kite, that like slash kite is just very, very minus. So if you are close, like you are absolutely owned. It's one of those buttons you really got to space out accordingly. Matt surprisingly not willing to challenge after IDing the Gad lace there. Maybe worried about John RCing afterwards to keep his turn, but I still think it's worth showing that. Just to be like, hey, like I know what's going on here, like dirtbag. Either way,
keep these Aurelius players in check. Yeah. Oh, nice block on the CT.
I'm surprised he went for CT. I honestly thought he would have just done like button into like dual bios and just been like Lamau, guess for the game. Or guess
I
for
think.
the game.
Oh, nice mash out. Yeah, it was like, oh, we've been dropping combos. Both of these players this tournament have been dropping a lot of combos, but it doesn't matter here.
Scramble City.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it was about like a month or two ago, but there was a tournament where Don used so much CT and no one blocked it until like, I think one of Don's final matches in the tournament. I think he's a fan of it.
Yeah, Relia's CT has a lot of utility. There's a lot of ground to cover there, and I'll save the lesson for perhaps a little later, but it will come up pretty frequently when Relius is mounting offense. Oh, clip on it, 6A. Ugh. Oh, whoa. That's pretty fancy. Alright, Ignis is almost disabled, so you gotta send her away. And because Don has to spend the meter on sending Ignis away to regener, that means that Matt is not dealing with the dual bios. Still trying to mash out with the Fan and Pain. It's not going to connect in this scenario here. Pretty awkward scrambles city here. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, yeah, the OD timer is so long here. Gotta be afraid of that this whole time. But mashes out anyways. Oh my god, and the drop again. I think that was the same drop too. Oh, it's okay. Got it this time.
Don looking at death in the eye and simply saying, nah, I'd win.
Alrighty, and we are back in 3 out of 5 land here, so that's still got quite a few chances here to adapt. But yeah, what I was saying while you were gone is this was a 2-0 before, and it was very cleanly in Don's favor. It felt very much like he had the momentum the entire time. I'm wondering if that's going to be the same deal again this time, with more games
We'll
to
have
play
to
with.
see. Yeah, because I feel like Don generally has Matt's number in these sets, so like it can be tough for Matt to really like get things generated. But maybe we'll see some adjustments. But for Don, it feels like business as usual. Oh, that was a really good delay air dash right there. I'm not gonna lie. That would be very difficult for Fuzzy Guard, just because the timing was just kind of weird off of that like specific setup. No bias off of this setup. I'm surprised. I wonder if Don like wants to avoid like a DP clash scenario or something, because ordinarily you would see like 6A hard knockdown into dual bias for the setup.
I think that makes sense considering he ended up being the DP anyway, so...
Yeah, that's my guess as to why he's doing that, but I can't say for certain.
Especially going crazy, but Matt not cracking here. All these blocks. Oh, nice
decent.
throw break.
The throw break creates a weird situation where like it desummons Ignis, but sometimes Relius players are fine with that just to get Ignis off the field without like losing your turn, quote unquote, since their attack is neutral. For both sides, so it can be a little awkward. But yeah. That being said, Matt finally able to get the party started a little bit. No Ignis on the field to back up any potential spin to wins. No meter for a reversal super from Relius. Don just has to hold this.
The roll pickup.
Oh my goodness. Not quite there. A little too early, so it blue beated instead, and Matt wasn't ready for, like, frankly, the janky, like, tech scenario that results.
Oh, okay. Doing something on wake up, gets caught by the 5A meaty.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. That wasn't even a counter hit.
Yeah, I mentioned about the block.
super?
Oh, another drop.
Oh, I
Whoa,
think he.
whoa.
Oh no. I think the input for the super didn't come through. That was surely meant to be double super.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Let's get the counter with the draw.
Oh, just throw him. Command grab! Ah!
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you forget that Relius has the command grab, and then he pulls it last minute, and you die, and you try not to hit your desk.
Yeah. Try not to cry as you die. I don't think we've seen it a single time this whole tournament yet, and Don's been on stream a lot, so do not blame Matt for forgetting about it.
Wheel of fate is turning.
Yeah, it's rough out here in the streets.
Action.
Alrighty, this
Alright, up
is
back JD, just trying to police some start.
weird anti-air whip there. Okay.
Yeah, I think that Matt is really willing to just mash a lot of. We saw this earlier in Matt's set against Ryder, where like the Phantom Pains just came out on block. But it's really difficult to do that against Relius in particular. Well, because like because Phantom Pain loses to crouching normals, it gets even worse when you remember that like Relius is not afraid to just end pressure with like 3C, which is a really good like quite a good button like mid pressure. So bit difficult for Matt here. There goes the classic idea.
That was a funky overhead. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was not expecting Matt's crouching hurt box to just result in Relius just flying over, tagging him, and saying like, haha.
Slapping him in the face a little bit.
Basically, a drive-by slap is the worst time. Oh my god. Look at this man just boxing him out right here.
Oh, they're the air buttons. Oh, can't quite convert. It was a little too high. That's unfortunate. But okay, the IDN is going to pay out here for Don. Kind of, okay. So many resets.
Oh my god. Matt trying to use a lot of like high risk, high reward options in order to punish Don here, but they're not working out very well. And it just results in Don being able to frankly fling himself as he pleases. The amount of IADJAs that I've seen from Don out of the corner is quite sick at that point. And I think Matt's been trying to 5B to swat him out the sky, but it just hasn't been too little, too late, and that is most certainly going to be the game, set, and match here for Don.
Nice stuff. Closes it out, moves on to winners finals. That's going to be it for Matt, taking home a respectable third. Yeah, something I wanted to call back to. I think this was something that we called out in the first, or something that you called out the first time they played, excuse me, was that if you're really committal on those reversals against Relius, he will kill you. That seemed to be the case in this one as well.
It's just one of those things where you got to be very mindful of what's going on if you're going to opt to do something like that. But yeah, we are here finally at our grand finals. Things are looking pretty solid here. This is going to be, again, Don versus Play Guy, who's already here. And folks, we are good to go ASAP. No waiting needed. We could bring up the drama of this as much as we want, but let's get ourselves out of here early, yeah?
There's drama? I shouldn't ask.
No, not that kind of drama. I just meant the story. Damn it. I'm too dramatic. I'm dramatic.
Okay.
I'm dramatic.
No,
I'm dramatic.
I love drama, but I didn't want to get into it on stream.
Oh no. This is not a gossiper street. It's just the drama of it's grand finals. Who will win? Blah blah blah.
And now there is some drama in the same tournament because Play Guy 3-0'd Don last time in a 3 out of 5 set. So Don has a huge uphill battle against someone who 3-0'd you. You have to win 2 sets. Very scary.
Not an impossible task.
He's spinning.
If Play Guy does not throw a spin, I'm gonna tear my hair out. I need him to just throw a spin, for God's sake, please.
We're talking directly into your mic, Play Guy, please.
Please. Oh my God, this is not looking great. This is not looking great. Your burst is gone. You're down 50%. This is doable. 50 meter. Doesn't opt to spend it for this combo. Oh god, maybe a little too low to the ground to the JD whiff. That's genuinely just unfortunate. Oh my god. Doesn't press on the spin because Ignis is around in order to use it like a 6D and swipe them out. Play guy really afraid, frankly. At this point, I'm willing to say they are afraid of that 5B from Relius. But that indecision is resulting in the doll coming out sooner. I would love to see him maybe either Blood Scythe or like even just IAD just to check Don's reactions on like a TC.
I'm surprised to see this many kind of... I'd say Play Guy's defense is definitely one of... Oh my gosh. Yeah, just getting blown up by a lot of these setups from Don here. Counter hit and losing... Oh my god, we're at like a fourth of life already. This round just started.
It's been about 20 seconds. A couple of IVs here.
Oh my
god. God, that
nice
was good.
First fade.
That was dirty. That was actually really cool. Because the JC has enough hits done that you can check for a quick second and then still like follow up with like a jab or something. Just double see what's up. Oh, by the way, want to say thank you for the raid, Treebark Ted, and thank you for the raid, Derek Squirreltail. We appreciate that. As we are in our grand final set here at BostonBlueBeat Online. Right now, Don just had a very dominant game 1 against the set versus Play Guy, who 3-0'd him in winners finals.
Yeah, that is a sign. That is a good sign for Don here. Starting off things strong against someone who beat you last time. We'd love to see it. There's the throw. Dragging this corner carry. Good as always. A sizable chunk of damage here. Oh, you're just gonna whip 5A on you crouching a bunch of times, then throw you? So, yeah, okay, alright. Nice, yeah. I think Play Guy heard us. The throws are now being shown.
He looks like he woke up. Maybe he was honk schnooing a little bit. I don't know, but he's looking lively.
It's tough.
Had a long vacation. Just didn't even unpack the suitcases. What happened?
Where am I? Am I flying?
Things are looking. Things are starting to look up a bit, especially with that round there. Oh wow, that was a very fast jab. Don unwilling to summon Ignis while that blue bar is active. Oh god, that was a really early JC. That was pretty interesting. He wanted to JC early in order to like prevent Play Guy from even having a chance to like anti-air. Because otherwise, if Play Guy just opted to block that, that would have been punishable at that point. Because JC has no cancel options, yeah. And it would be too high. That was pretty interesting. That's one of those like that's kind of like a Street Fighter-ish moment where sometimes you do like a very early like air to ground button. Lots of 2C whiffs. Don not trying to press on that type of pressure sequence.
I like that Play Guy is kind of keeping this simple, very compact.
Don really patient here and then gets cracked.
Yeah. It feels like the spin is like stopped after that last round.
It does. They'll probably return.
Oh,
reversal super? That doesn't even hit there. Oh, Play Guy had to do like a quick ABC like super in order to kill. But this is fine. This is a great situation if you're like Play Guy here. What do you got to do? Block rallies for like 2 seconds?
God. RCDP works out, doesn't...
Old JA and you still mashed. I understand. 15 seconds on the clock. Super's going to come out. You can jump out of there. Loggered! One last mix to get it done. Not quite there. Spin to win. Another. Good block. You can't counter assault this sequence. Throw comes out finally. The last hits have just long enough gaps that Relius can slip in throw mix in the middle of all of
that. That is horrifying.
Yes. He high-lows you for like 3 seconds and then says, what if I added throws to the mix?
But wait, there's more. There was 4 seconds on the clock there too.
Yeah, that was an act of desperation, mind you. He needed to get that hit immediately.
Don seems to have turned things around here. Play Guy does have burst, but Don will be seeing his as well later in the round. There's the throw on landing, and oh my gosh, there's Play Guy's burst. Probably not going to see it again this game. There's the RC to extend the combo all the way to the corner. life
Big
game.
damage here for this confirm, but gotta see what comes up next. A walk forward from Dawn. He might have been mashing a super and maybe was out of block stun a little sooner than he expected. Let's see what comes up next. Counter assault, likely throw. Just super. Oh my god. You gotta just throw in a super. It would have killed. It would have killed. Please. Please do the things that lead to your success. Oh my god. Oh, it might just be over. This game might be over. Not the set. This game.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to be a hard knockdown. He's going to call up BIOS.
Oh, he's not even gonna call her. He's doing it himself.
Why is he selling? Why are you selling? What is this?
He's like, I don't need my wife. I'll do it myself. God.
God. He just got thrown. What's going on here? I don't understand.
The threat of duo bias, I guess. Just scared play guy.
I don't know, honestly, because it's weird, because a lot of the situations in the dual BIOS you can at least like kind of oh god, that was really awkward. I understand the vision of trying to jump up and air throw there, but perhaps just a simple JC or a super jump JA, just do a quick little punish there. Getting this off the field, just getting the knockdown against Relish is so great because Relish lacks a lot of good defensive options, like when he just get block stuff.
Definitely.
Like he can cover space well, like maybe 5v2b and stuff like that. But like if that man is blocking, he's not having a fun time.
Here's a chance to start some block pressure, and it pays off.
Okay, it's good. That was a really good jump off of the 6. You usually see that as like a very layered option against certain decisions, like the counter assault right there, jumping over it.
Whoa!
You what?
The air RCDP? God. Ragnar players amaze me.
Please just run up throw. Please just run up throw. Please
Oh my gosh,
just run
Don
up
got
throw.
a little too fancy there.
Oh my god. God, I swear to God. I'm gonna see there's gonna
Are
be
you good?
a reset. There's gonna be a reset, and I'm going. You were blocking! Oh my god. Oh my god, Lord have mercy, please.
I've got my hand on your shoulder right now. Everything's gonna be okay. There's another set.
Mercy, why are you doing this?
Oh no, wait, we got more games.
I want to leave. I want to go. I gotta pick up some furniture. And you mother are trying to really make sure that I get here at an awkwardly late time. My God. Please at least let the grand final reset be another 3-0, because good heavens, I hate the fact that this is such a sell. This is a crazy sell. This is crazy work. What is happening here? I don't know if it was just the lack of like warmth from the amount of time between winners finals or what, but things are not looking good for the protagonist believers right now.
Yeah, that life gain is gonna be basically nothing here. 100 meter though. This is definitely a doable comeback. It's going to be tough. Gotta work through the burst eventually too. There it is.
Alright, trying to play it safe, just trying to see what Dawn is opting to do. But the 2-on-4C there is a really good option because it's meant to catch Ragnar falling down, force him into block stun, and then immediately transition into offense. Let's watch this be a reverse super RC. I swear to God. Oh my God.
Oh my God, nice air throw. Just throw that man. Oh my God.
Fudge.
Rebel 3.
Play guy does really like air throw. He does like it a lot. I do be forgetting this somehow. Oh my God.
Oh God.
People get too scared of Reli's J2 and 4B. Just hit him. Don't do none of that jump forward. Just hit him. What is he gonna do? Hit you? Burst comes out from Ragnar here. This is looking tough. It's tough.
Yeah,
I won't lie to you. Oh, it's looking so over. It's so over.
Yeah.
This is
Oh my
so over.
gosh.
Yo, he finally lands that confirm. He's been trying to do that like all day. It's been off of like weaker starters, I guess. But hey, you got it. Nice.
Nice.
All right, well, that's the 3-0 Grand Finals reset. I thought we were going to get out of here at 10 p.m. on the dot. I'm wrong. That sucks.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing another 3-0 on the next one, because, gosh, Don has some momentum. There were some signs of life from Play Guy, especially in that second game, but... Oh.
Yeah, he's getting cooked.
Yeah, a little bit.
But he's getting cooked.
At least we're not here for 10 games. we know for a fact.
I guess it could still be here for 8. It could still be here for 8.
It's very true.
Please select your character.
All right, I don't imagine we'll see any character shots. Yeah.
It's gonna be business as usual. I'm not gonna see no Mu 12 on Dawn. Son.
I love watching Mu, honestly. But
Mu
I understand
12
it.
Mu 12 is very cool. Mu 12 is one of those characters where like a lot of people don't know how she works, and then they get mad, and then they lose. And they should learn how she works so you can get mad when you lose, because that character is so fucked up. Like frankly, that character that's a fucked up character.
I tried to learn her. We'll go.
You're telling me you're a top tier hybrid zoner, 10k health. Oh no, you have a DP. Ooh,
And set play. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Please throw him. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just stare at him spinning and just throw him. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. I don't know. The only reason why I'm getting mad is that I've seen Playguy make better adjustments faster, and I'm just confused. I'm quite frankly confused. I don't understand. Early JC, couple of blocks, nothing crazy going on here. Just standard Relius pressure, backs off because Ignis is low. Playguy not able to take the chance right there.
Oh my gosh.
The IED is a little predictable, but Dawn unable to finish the combo here. Anti-air 5A connects, and we're going to transition towards the corner. Not quite there, but we'll get we'll push 3/4 of the way there.
There it is. Playguy listening.
He's getting the throw, but there's no counter hit. Dawn wasn't spinning there. Okay. Oh, he won't play. This, you need to pop
Okay.
Normally you'll see like RC Super off of that confirm, but Carnage Scissors probably, maybe, would barely not kill. So going into OD, Devoured by Darkness is smart, since that has better minimum damage. That was a sick air hit, by the way.
Yeah, he's finally getting rewarded. He wants that so bad.
He's been hankering that forever, but I need him to just JC it when Dawn just got that.
Nice bait. Dawn being a little too antsy on these anti-airs again.
No, those 2Cs are really telling. Because at that point, if you did 2Cs and I did nothing in the air, that tells me you're just doing them because you're just guessing. Or you're trying to be very predictive. Which means that I can just start messing with my timings and I can just beat you up. So you really got to be aware of like which anti-airs are preemptive, which anti-airs are actually reactionary, because the ways in which you trounce them greatly differ.
Right, yeah, trust me, Don, I get it. I'm a Tsubaki player. I'd be mashing 2CC because that stuff works on whiff all the time. I get it, but...
Yeah, and the other part that makes it difficult is that these are scenarios in which Dawn doesn't have Ignis to cover with, like, even a 6D or a 4D, which would cover, like, right in front of Relius or, like, at a diagonal angle above Relius for, like, additional cover. What a collision box moment. I was not expecting 6D to win that one. Good
perfect. Yeah, this is...
Sorry, I was just going to go play.
Oh no, it's all good. Oh my god, okay. Going over the top of that 2C there. Anti-air whiffing. Here is Playguy's time to shine.
Yeah, and the problem that I'm seeing in Playguy's offense is that when Ignis is finally down, Playguy does not want to get clipped by a Relius button and just lose a potential turn. But that passivity is costing him potential, like, winning interactions, like, where he's actually at advantage. Where he could, at the very least, play for position a little harder, or perhaps show some different, like, actions there. That's a really good Blood Scythe here. That will lead to a dead Relius, in fact. That's going to be one round for Playguy. It looks like he wants to show Dawn what for by 3-0ing him again after getting 3-0.
Yeah, back to what you were saying about that, you know, you have to be willing to pressure these characters after they've used their resources. It definitely, I understand how it feels like it can be disheartening after you've done all this work blocking, getting through all these resources, and then boom, this character has options after their bars are down.
Yeah, because
it feels best.
It's super annoying because you're like, okay, great, like I finally did all this work and now I'm in, and now I just lost that.
Yeah,
and
I have to still play the game.
Yeah, that regret can sometimes guide decisions far more than like they should. Oh, that was a good IB on the blood scythe, but unfortunately not quite going to be enough here. Active flow, overdrive. This is looking very good for Play Guy here. Anything to do it. Maybe a CT, in fact, might kill him. I don't know. See if there goes the J214B. And Play Guy has not been able to consistently beat that option, so Don is very willing to go into it. He does not feel like very afraid even after like the very first like air throw finally connected.
Oh yeah, and I don't blame him at all. Yeah.
Yeah, you look at the success rate, it makes sense. Oh, cross up DP!
That also got 100% success rate. Oh my gosh, I can't even speak. Alrighty, so the 3-0-3-0-3-0 dream is still alive.
Yeah, I don't know what I would even call that. You want Mu 12? What a Mu 12 would be.
Okay.
Because keep in mind, he's locked to Mu 12 for the rest of the set.
Yeah, you're gonna have to beat this guy who has just downloaded you, proven that he downloaded you 3 times in a row. I could definitely, you know, in a shorter set especially, I could see this working for 1 or 2 games, but it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, this is gonna be an uphill battle. And again, we talked about him. Mu 12 is a very messed up character, but it takes a little while to get there and really get the wheels going. And right now, Play Guy, as you said, so much momentum.
I feel like Ragnar definitely has the movement tools to get around some of these buttons if you have a nice read. Or move, not move.
Yeah, so getting around like Steins is a mental stack exercise. I won't lie to you, because not only do you have to track where the Steins are, you have to track the timing with which they were set. Oh my god, I need Mu 12 just to lab their OD confirms. Oh god. Mu 12 has like sick OD confirms, and I have video proof of this, labbed by people, not me. But a lot of Mu 12s will still stick to like very basic OD routing because it leads to like very big corner carry. Alright, this is looking very good.
Corner carry, oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to kill off of this. But this is a pretty decent scenario. Like, I have to avoid getting clipped. And why did you burst there?
And it's completely disjointed, that 5C. That normal is messed up.
Okay, I like to be kind. That burst was terrible. That was a really bad burst. That was genuinely just awful. That was one of those, like, emotional bursts where you get hit and you're like, fuck it. Like, I'll still win. And then you just die anyway, and then you feel awful afterwards. I have been there. We've all been there. Just DP on when later was up. That was crazy. That was a wild decision. I'm not gonna lie. So for those not in the know, that specific laser set that Mu 12 does, that laser persists regardless of if Mu 12 is hit or not. So you can very well just do a confirm and then you just get hit.
Oh my god. I forgot that Stein was even there.
Yeah, like I said, it's a whole mental stack exercise. Because the cost of even remembering those positions, like, means that you could very well get caught up by something else because you're that focused on something else.
Great throw on the landing. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Couldn't block in time.
Honestly, I thought that was going to be burst safe. I won't lie.
Yeah, those situations are always a little hard to tell. Oh my god, from behind!
Yeah, Play Guy trying to weave around the like area here, but it's just not quite working out there because Mu 12 base movement is still good enough to just dash under. And one problem that I notice in Play Guy, and I notice this in like everybody, including myself, Play Guy sometimes will commit to a double jump very high in the air to the degree that people can just observe the double jump and just leave. Like, they'll just look at the double jump and be like, what if I'm just not there?
What if I went somewhere else? Yeah.
And then like a Stein clips you like that and you're like, oh, I guess I'm a loser.
Nice block, by the way, from Play Guy on the second hit of 6B. Only the second hit was going to connect, so it's a little
really
fast
good
and tricky to block.
Good 6A there as well. And it's kind of funny how you see some of the shades of Don's Relius. That would have been an IADJ if that was Relius, and not like the IADJTC. It's one of those things where you kind of notice it based on like how other people pilot their style.
If you can't quite get a combo off the DPRC though,
it's gonna be DP.
And there's a DP back. Hey, the Zoner has a DP. That's pretty cool.
Because Mu 12's DP operates in a very kind of weird way, it can be like kind of strange to safe jump, and if people are not ready to deal with it, stuff like that happens when you wake up in Ikitachi and swap sides. It's just one of those like very frustrating things to deal with if you do not have any experience. You can, alright, this was Good.
Yeah.
That's an active flow right there.
Alrighty, you know what? We were not real big believers in the move, but it's working out pretty good here for Don.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of unfamiliarity that Dawn is preying upon. Really good 5B right there. It doesn't matter if it's a Murakuma backdash. You do not backdash against Ragnar the Blood Edge.
Oh, yeah.
For the sake of 5B's existence.
Oh, and the 60 funding purchase can't quite convert, a little too far away for the 5B.
I love those JAs.
Yeah.
Somehow managed to avoid getting hit by the Steins too. That was nuts.
Oh,
And
great
again,
anti.
the double jumps are like a big reason why Dawn feels very comfortable anti-airing or otherwise maneuvering around some of Play Guy's air movement. When he sticks to a regular jump, he's able to find purchase, as you said earlier, a lot more consistently. But again, this is tournament point again. The nerves might be a little bit high. Things are going to be a little crazy from here on out.
Definitely, this is a big swinging point here for Play Guy too. Doing
Corner
all
position.
that.
But again, Dawn is continuing to DP, and Play Guy is unwilling to like opt for certain baits there. The last time Play Guy baited it out, Dawn did Ikutachi and got out of the corner. So I think Play Guy's just having a very tough time like playing around that RPS. Sometimes players are just at a different tempo than you. You just have to deal. DP. Counter assault gets baited.
There it is.
Pops the overdrive. This should get it done. Astral finish. Play Guy takes it 3-1. And that will be it for tonight's tournament. Fantastic work for the last minute adjustments there. Things were starting to look a little dire from the character switch of Dawn.
Yeah, that was a very, very... I don't want to call it swingy, but that's the word I'm going to pick. Swingy set between the two of them. Just the adaptations back and forth, and the character swaps made it super unpredictable. Very fun to watch, though.
Yeah, the last minute momentum switch was crazy.
It really shows how much, you know, even at a high level of play, a character swap can really throw a wrench in things, right? Like, especially with the character with Mu, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Totally. I feel that. But again, folks, thank you guys for coming on over here. Apologies if I was too mean. But these things happen, I suppose. Anyway, that being said, once again, beach episode, August 10th through 11th. We still got other weeklies this week. I'm trying to get out of here. Let's raid Impurist Club. He's got MBTL going on right now, so you know, all that very fun stuff. They're probably, knowing them, they're on their top 3 right now. So, folks, I ain't got much else shit to say. Morgan, you got anything you want to let the people know?
Much like you, I'm looking to get out of here, so thank you to everybody who showed up, and thank you to, I want to shout out someone in the Matcherino. DGF donated $100 towards the Matcherino. Thank you so much.
He always pops in so much money. Random bracket, I swear to God. Anyways, guys, bye. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You bye.